Live from Hyde Stadium as the Pierre Trappers take on the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks in Game 2 of a 3-game series. The Trappers victors in last night's contest, winning 10-6 over the Whiskey Jacks using a big first half of the ballgame, a 4-run second, a 2-run third, and a 4-run and a 1-run fourth set the tone for the Trappers as they led the game the entire night. They added 3 insurance runs in the 8th as the Whiskey Jacks pulled within 1. Tyler Lubin came in yesterday's contest to shut the door to secure the 10-6 victory for the Pierre Trappers. Heading into Game 2 of the series, the Whiskey Jacks sit at 11-14 on the year. The Trappers at 9-16, looking to finally get into the double-digit win column. Take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's game. First for the visiting Wheat City Whiskey Jacks, they'll lead things off with number 11, Ethan Sitzman. Had a good day yesterday. He moves up a spot to the leadoff spot for the Whiskey Jacks. Batting second will be the center fielder, number 19, Trey Guajardo. Batting third will be the left fielder, number 32, Jake Jelly. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, number 7, Nolan Drill. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 31, Jackson Sorensen. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 21, Houston Fogelstrom. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 26, Dylan McKee. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 9, Keenan O'Brien. And batting ninth, the second baseman, number 16, Garrett Olson. Pitching for the Whiskey Jacks will be number 13, Gene Aberrett. For the Pierre Trappers, they'll lead things off with the right fielder, number 33, Caden Cardoso, has been having a lot of success in the leadoff spot. We'll see if that can continue to be the case in this evening's contest against Wheat City. Batting second will be the shortstop, number 22, Patrick Connor. Batting third, the center fielder, number 6, Eric Mast. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, number 14, Tyler Skelton. Batting fifth, the second baseman, number 17, Ty Stouse. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 30, Colin Adams. Batting seventh, the first baseman, number 28, Joey Bramonti. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 16, Bennett Osborne. And batting ninth for the Trappers will be the third baseman, number 3, and Braden Cordes has made the transition over to third and has been having a lot of success there. A Gold Glove third baseman with Spokane Falls Community College. He looks to continue that success at third base against the Jacks. Pitching for the Trappers will be number 8 in Adrian Lopez. He carries a 1-1 record into today's contest. Head coaches for the Pierre Trappers, they're led by head coach Monterio May, the Whiskey Jacks, led by skipper in Robbie Laughlin. Starting lineups continue to be announced here from Hyde Stadium as the Trappers and Whiskey Jacks do battle. The Whiskey Jacks looking to force a rubber match in tomorrow's game against the Trappers. The Trappers, meanwhile, looking to win their second in a row against the Jacks to try and sweep Wheat City in tomorrow's contest. A lot at stake in Game 2 of the series. Trappers looking for their 10th win of the season, and the Whiskey Jacks trying to force a rubber match in tomorrow's game. Taking a look at the standings, the Trappers sit at 5th in the Clark Division at 9-16, 12 games back on the division-leading Western Nebraska Pioneers. The Wheat City Whiskey Jacks sit at 4th place in the Lewis Division at 11-14. They are 6.5 back on the division-leading Souris Valley Saberdogs. Umpires in today's contest, same as yesterday, but flip the positions. Behind the plate will be Chad Williams, and in the field, Alex Shoemaker. Trappers and Whiskey Jacks, first pitch in just a few minutes. We'll take a quick break for the national anthem and be back here for first pitch between the Jacks and the Trappers here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixlr channels.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would now please stand and remove cover as we honor our nation's colors in honor of those who gave their lives for our freedom, those still deployed, and those who have returned safely. Those in attendance are reminded that proper respect is to remove any headgear and stand at attention with your hand over your heart. Retired military and active duty personnel out of uniform may salute the flag. Tonight's anthem is being sung by Liddy Schumacher.
Well, the national anthem has been sung, and that means it's time to play ball here from Hyde Stadium between the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks and the Pierre Trappers. We'll take a look at the defensive lineup for the Pierre Trappers and the batting order one more time for the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks before we get underway. For the Pierre Trappers and the pitching battle in today's game, the ace for the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks in Gene Aberrett starting on the mound. He's had 5 appearances, 2 starts, carries a 3-0 record with a 1.20 ERA into today's contest against the Trappers as the Whiskey Jacks look to even the series at 1 apiece. The Trappers will look to Adrian Lopez making his 5th start for the Trappers. He has a 1-1 record with a 5.10 ERA. First pitch has been delivered, and it's time to take a look at the defensive lineup for the Pierre Trappers. In left field for the Trappers will be number 16 in Bennett Osborne. In center field, number 6, Eric Mast. In right field, number 33, Caden Cardoso. At third base, number 3, Braden Cordes. At shortstop, number 22, Patrick Connor. At second base, number 17, Ty Stouse. At first base, number 28, Joey Bramonti. The battery for the Trappers is Adrian Lopez on the mound and Colin Adams behind the plate. The Whiskey Jacks will lead things off with the shortstop Sitzman, then the center fielder Guajardo, the left fielder Jelly, the designated hitter Drill, the first baseman Sorensen, the right fielder Fogelstrom, the third baseman McKee, the catcher O'Brien, and the second baseman Olson. Starting on the mound for the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks will be number 13 in Gene Aberrett. So Adrian Lopez, the starting pitcher for the Pierre Trappers in today's contest, continues to warm up the Menlo College Oak out of Soledad, California. In 5 appearances and 4 starts for the Trappers this season, has compiled a 1-1 record with a 5.10 ERA in 24 2/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 20 base hits, 18 runs, 14 of them earned, has walked 22, striking out 20. His last appearance for the Trappers was in Game 2 of the Souris Valley series, so last Saturday. A technical relief appearance, however, with the Trappers using an opener strategy. He took the role of that starter who would come in after the relief pitcher opened up the game for the Trappers. In that game against the SaberDogs, pitched 6 innings, allowed 6 base hits, 3 runs, all 3 of them earned, walked 3, striking out 3. And in that contest against Souris Valley, did not receive a decision. It was starter of that game in Mason Torvey, who ended up taking the loss in the eventual defeat for the Pierre Trappers. So Lopez continues to warm up, leading things off for the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. Will be number 11 in Ethan Sitzman, the Whitman College Blue. Yesterday had a great game against the Trappers, going 3 for 5, including a double. For Sitzman, however, couldn't get farther than second base and could not drive a run home, so all 3 of his hits were for naught for the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. Sitzman will step in the box, and we're ready to get underway here from Hyde Stadium. Lopez sets and fires on a kick low and away in the dirt for ball number 1, and we're underway between the Trappers and the Whiskey Jacks. So ball number 1 to Sitzman. The shortstop bats .258 on the year. Second pitch from Lopez will go high, kicking off the glove of Adams and rolling to the backstop. Count will move to 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch will finally catch the strike zone for Adrian Lopez. We'll put the count to 2-1. First batter of the ballgame. Lopez working quickly. Will have the 2-1 going high over the zone. 3 balls and 1 strike. Trappers today wearing white pants, gold uniforms, gold caps with the secondary Trap logo on the front. 3-1 will miss the strike zone outside, so Lopez working quickly will allow a leadoff walk on 5 pitches. It'll bring up Guajardo, The center fielder has had 3 days off. 3 days ago, went 1 for 4 against the Fremont Moo in game 1 of that 2-game set. Runner at first for the Whiskey Jacks off the walk. Pitch will catch the strike zone for strike number 1 of the at-bat. So now an 0-1, runner at first base and Sitzman. Guajardo making his first appearance against the Trappers. Lopez now taking a while after working quickly will kick and fire on a fly ball to left field. Heading back, that will drop in the left field gap. Mast will go over to reach it. Rounding first and heading for second is Guajardo, and the Whiskey Jacks will have 2 runners in scoring position early in this ballgame off a double by Trey Guajardo. So a double for Guajardo will put Sitzman over to third. It'll bring up Jake Jelly, the left fielder. Jelly this season batting a high .329. Will now have an opportunity to bring in a couple of runs for the Whiskey Jacks here in the first. Lopez kicks and fires on a pitch that breaks into the strike zone. An 0-1 count to Jake Jelly. Jelly did not play in yesterday's contest, but 2 days ago against the Moo went 0 for 3. Lopez stands still on the mound. Taps the leg on the rubber a couple times before firing a half-hearted swing and a foul tip into the plate for strike number 2. So potential first out by a strikeout with an 0-2 count now to Jake Jelly. Jelly out of East Grand Forks, Minnesota, crossing the border this summer to play in Grand Forks, North Dakota. Neighboring cities. 0-2, deep breath from Lopez, will kick and fire. A check swing on a pitch low and out away for ball 1. Guajardo at second, Sitzman at third for the Whiskey Jacks. A 1-2 count with nobody out, top of the first inning, scoreless. The pitch from Lopez, a high pop fly in the infield. Chasing after it and reaching for it will be Bramante for out number 1 of the inning. So a P3 for Jake Jelly for the first out. So it'll bring up Drill the DH. Another member of the Whiskey Jacks who did not play in yesterday's game against the Trappers but did play last against the Fremont Moo. He had a 1 for 4 performance against the defending Expedition League champions with a triple, striking out twice against Moo pitchers. Lopez, a high kick and fire on a breaking ball, will run inside and hit Nolan Drill, so that will load the bases as Drill gets drilled. Bases will be loaded for the Whiskey Jacks for Jackson Sorensen, still only 1 away in the inning. However, now a force at any base. A ground ball could end the inning for the Trappers. Sorensen has had a bit of a weak spot. Last played 3 games ago, going 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts as he swings and misses through the first pitch for strike number 1. Sorensen batting .238 on the season. The 3 strikeouts in his last performance brought him up to 9 in 42 at-bats. He faces an 0-1 count against Lopez, the Saturday starter for the Trappers. Thinking about breaking for home was Sitzman, the leadoff batter, as the pitch will run low and inside, evening the count at 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away. Trappers in a large jam. Now Sitzman, the runner at third base, now playing towards the box. He will break for home before stopping the 1-1. Breaking ball on the way. That will catch the strike zone for strike number 2. This could be a huge strikeout for the Trappers, as it would take away a potential sacrifice for the Whiskey Jacks and increase the Trappers' odds dramatically of getting out of the inning unscathed. Only 1 hit this inning, a walk and a hit by pitch, getting the other 2 Whiskey Jacks aboard. Sitzman continues to dance at third. The 1-2 swung on and missed. Adrian Lopez, a big strikeout, first strikeout of the day as Sorensen goes down on strikes.
Now batting for the Whiskey Jacks, the right fielder, our beer batter tonight, number 21, Houston Fogelstrom.
It'll bring up Fogelstrom. Fogelstrom announced as today's beer batter, went 1 for 3 yesterday with a 3-run home run as his only base hit. Has a chance for a grand slam if he can repeat his performance. First pitch will fall in for a strike. Fogelstrom, by far the most dangerous Whiskey Jack batter, has 18 base hits, 3 doubles, 2 triples, and 4 home runs on the year. Really knows how to find the gaps of ballparks. Now the 0-1 from Lopez, swung on and missed. Fogelstrom swinging for the deep outfield. Strike number 2. Lopez a strike away from getting out of this. Fogelstrom takes a couple of check swings with an 0-2 count. Lopez, large windup and a pitch outside. Will do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 away, bases loaded. Bases loaded for the Whiskey Jacks. A huge spot for Adrian Lopez to try to get out of the inning. Takes a deep breath. The pitch now to Fogelstrom. High kick from Lopez and fires. Swing and a miss! Adrian Lopez gets out of the inning. A scoreless frame for the Whiskey Jacks as they leave him loaded. Lopez strikes out 2 in a row in Sorensen and Fogelstrom to get out of it. We'll head to the bottom of the first. A scoreless ball game and a big couple of outs for Adrian Lopez. We'll be back for the bottom of the first inning. Cardoso, Connor, and Mast will lead things off for the Trappers on their first chance to grab a bat. We'll be back here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixler live streams.
Hey, it's the old top Gator here with Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza. Gators is known for top quality food. Now you can have our food selections delivered right to your front door using DoorDash. That's right, now you have 4 ways that you can get great Gators food. Dine in, carry out, curbside pickup, and now delivery through DoorDash. Gators has been serving the Pierre area and now Trappers baseball fans since 1987. Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza.
Back here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixler live streams, we'll take you through the defensive positioning for the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks, as well as the batting order one more time for the Trappers. For the Trappers, for the Whiskey Jacks, I should say, defensively, they'll have Jelly in left, Guajardo in center, Fogelstrom in right, McKee at third, Sitzman at short, Olsen at second base, Sorensen, the first baseman, Averett, on the mound with O'Brien behind the plate for Wheat City. The Trappers will lead things off with the right fielder, number 33, Caden Cardoso, then the shortstop, Connor, the center fielder, Mast, the DH, Skelton, the second baseman, Staus, the catcher, Adams, the first baseman, Bramati, the left fielder, Osborne, and the third baseman, Cordes. Caden Cardoso steps up, a change of walk-up song coming up with the Canadian national anthem, "Oh Canada." Oh, and you can't help but laugh at that. He did come up to the press box earlier today. It was proposed an idea, I forget who actually said it, but he said he loved it and he wanted to try it. First pitch will fall in for a strike from Averett, the ace for the Whiskey Jacks. Averett, the Skyline College Trojan out of San Bruno, California, the left-hander for the Whiskey Jacks. The 0-1 will be grounded to the second baseman. Olsen will fire onto first base in time for the out. So Cardoso, the Canadian national anthem, did not work out for him as he grounds out to lead off the ballgame. It'll bring up Patrick Connor, the shortstop, went 1 for 3 in yesterday's contest. Walked twice. First pitch will go on the outside part of the plate for ball number 1 to Connor, the shortstop. More on Aberrett. This is his 6th appearance, 3rd start. He has a 3-0 record with a 1.20 ERA. In 15 innings pitched, has allowed 12 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, as another pitch will go out high for ball 2. Has walked 8 batters, struck out 17. His last appearance back on June 20th against the Sioux Falls Sunfish. Got the win in the start, pitched 5 innings, allowing 6 hits. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Of his 2 runs this season, both of them occurred in his last start against the Sunfish. He walked 4, striking out 6 in that appearance. Now a 2-1 count to Patrick Connor, 1 away in the inning, bottom 1. Pitch from Aberrett, swung on and missed by Connor. We'll even the count at 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, bottom of the first, and a scoreless ball game. Game 2 of the series between the Whiskey Jacks and the Trappers. Wind up and pitch on a pitch that goes low. Full count now to Connor. Connor this season for the Trappers has walked 8 times in 26 at-bats. Swing and fouls it off. Connor typically walks more than he does strike out, with a walk to strikeout ratio of 1.6. Full count payoff pitch from Aberrett. Pitch will go high. Connor knew it as well as he took off before it was set in the catcher's glove. So the first base runner for the Trappers is aboard via the walk. A similar story to yesterday's contest when Caden Cardoso led things off with a walk, and that game turned out well for the Trappers. It'll bring up Mast. The center fielder went 2 for 4 yesterday with a double, walked and stole a base. For Mast, his 3rd stolen base of the season yesterday. First pitch from Aberrett, swing and a miss on a pitch that goes low for strike number 1. Trappers with 2 coaches, both of them manning the bases. Montario May head coached on the first base side, and Coach Jamie down third base. 0-1 on a pitch outside will be a called strike. Umpires today behind home plate, Chad Williams, and in the field, Alex Shoemaker. Mass, the current batter, barring a double play, it would bring up Tyler Skelton, who stands on deck. 0-2, pickoff attempt, but back in safely, standing in with no tag is Patrick Connor. Mast, a left-handed batter out of Spokane, Washington. Bats .250 on the year with 16 hits, 5 of them for extra bases. Has 1 of each variety, but 4 doubles. 0-2 will go high and outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mast, a business major at Big Bend Community College, where he also plays college ball. Batted .224 for the Vikings this season. 1-2, another pickoff attempt, but back in standing with no tag is Patrick Connor. Connor will step off first yet again. Not too big of a lead for Connor. Aberrett, a long stare over at Patrick Connor before turning his attention to home. Line drive down the right field line. That will be a fair ball. Rounding second and heading for third now is Patrick Connor. It will be a double. Connor gets the stop sign and will stop at third. So the Trappers return the favor with a double by Eric Mast, his 2nd consecutive game with a 2-bagger. It will advance Patrick Connor over to third. So 2 runners in scoring position now for the Trappers. It was a line drive down the right field line that hooked fair. It was really a fortunate position for the baseball for Eric Mast and the Pierre Trappers, as it will now bring up the designated hitter and the Trappers' batting average leader in Tyler Skelton. Skelton has been DHing recently, coming out of the field. Skelton bats .352 on the year, went 1 for 3 yesterday. First pitch, a half-hearted swing and a miss by Skelton for strike number 1. So no 1 count. Slight shift in the middle infield. Corner infield's playing in. 0-1, foul ball will head back into the screen for strike 2. So now down 0-2, only 1 out in the inning. It was Caden Cardoso who led things off with a ground out to second. Big chance here for Skelton to bring home at least 1 run. A hit into the outfield, likely scoring Connor from third. Time will be called by the home plate umpire. An 0-2 count to Tyler Skelton, 1 away in the inning. Bottom of the first in a scoreless ballgame. Whiskey Jacks leaving the bases loaded in the top half of the frame. 0-2, Aberrett rejects the sign. Time will be called by Skelton, and that's 2 times called between pitches. Skelton thought Aberrett taking too long in the delivery. Aberrett again rejecting signs. Will now kick and fire on the 0-2. Swing and a miss. It tipped off the bat for a foul ball. Went into the catcher's glove for a strikeout. Skelton disagrees with the call, but he'll walk back to the dugout. Now with 2 outs in the inning, it would take a hit and Stouse reaching safely. Now that could be on an error as well. A walk or a hit by pitch would extend the inning for Colin Adams to come up to the plate. Trappers cannot afford an out now with 2 outs and runners at second and third. Stouse still looking for his first base hit as a Trapper. And it might be there. Ground ball to second base. Diving and unable to get to it is Olsen. Coming in to score is Connor. The throw in. Mast will score as well. And it's a 2-0 lead for the Pierre Trappers. And the first base hit as a Pierre Trapper for Ty Stouse is a 2 RBI single. Two to nothing Trappers and a big base hit for Stouse. Runner on first base as the Trappers will look to add even more. It brings up Colin Adams. Adams this season with 10 base hits, 3 of them for extra bases, 2 doubles, does have a long ball on the year. So runner at first, the first pitch from Aberrett will go low in the dirt for ball 1. And coming into this ball game, I mentioned it, Aberrett had only allowed 2 runs in 5 appearances. The Trappers have put up 2 against Aberrett, both of them earned in the first inning against him. Pitch outside, jumping up is O'Brien, but back at first safely is Stouse. It will run the count to 2 balls and no strikes. Two runs across off the Stouse RBI. 2 RBI single, I should say. 2-0 will be fouled back into the screen. 2 balls and 1 strike. Partly cloudy day is getting more clouds into the sky. Game time temperature of 82 degrees here from the state capital of South Dakota. Pickoff attempt back to first. In there sliding is Stouse. Count remains 2-1, 2 outs, bottom of the first. Aberrett had a 1.20 ERA. Pitch will go high. 3 balls and 1 strike. So now a 3-1. And the pitch delivered will catch the strike zone on the inside part of the plate for Adams, as that will even the count 3-2. His ERA now jumping up to a 2.37 as a ball 4 will put runners at second and third. Taking off and running to second was Stouse. Second walk surrendered of the inning. Stouse will advance over to scoring position as it brings up Joey Bramonti. Bramonti has a power bat. However, typically trades putting wood on the baseball for power as he strikes out, but when he does make contact and put it into fair territory, it travels far. So Abarette's ERA nearly doubling in this first inning. It went from a 1.20 to a 2.37. Foul ball will head back towards us over the press box for strike number 1. Here's the pitch, a ground ball over to third base. Third base coach Jamie couldn't make the play on it. The count will run to no balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs as Abarette just a strike away from getting out of this inning. He does have a strikeout this inning against the 4-hole batter in Tyler Skelton earlier this frame. An 0-2, 2 already across for Pierre. 0-2, Abarette fires at a foul ball, will hit off the screen and head into the crowd. Will hit off the dugout, so that took a weird path. Hit off the corner of the Welcome to Hyde Stadium sign before taking a route all the way to the very end of the Trappers dugout on the first base side. An 0-2, Abarette high and inside. As Bramante takes a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners at first and second. Adams at first, reaching via the walk. Stouse at second base, reached via a single, pushed over to second by the Adams walk. The 1-2, check swing. They're going to call it strike number 3, swinging on Bramante. Bramante looking and can't believe it. Almost as if Bramante wants to ask for an appeal, but it will be a strikeout swinging for Joey Bramante. And now Monterio May will talk to the home plate umpire. I doubt that this can be reversed as Lopez is taking the field. And so now Bramante will have a strikeout swinging on his at-bat on a check swing, strikeout number 2. But the Trappers do score 2 runs off a 2 RBI single by Ty Stouse. We'll head to the top of the second when we return here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixler live streams. Dan-O's Marine is a proud partner of Pierre Trappers Baseball. Located at 320 St. Charles Street, Dan-O's provides service on your boat to get you back out on the water in the dog days of summer. Give them a call at 605-224-6612. That's Dan-O's Marine at 605-224-6612. Any water, any problem, Dan-O's Marine. Wow, Shell's Quick Stop is the place to go for a variety of food, drinks, fishing tackle, and more. Hungry? Come on down for breakfast pizza, burritos, biscuits and gravy, soup, salad, and wraps. Thirsty? Try their hot and cold espresso drinks, lattes, frappuccinos, and milkshakes from the drive-up window. Heading down to the water? Stop by to pick up minnows, crawlers, and leeches to secure the big bites. All of it's down at Shell's at 621 West Sioux Avenue. Back for the top of the second inning, Adrian Lopez returns for his second inning of work. He got out of some trouble in the last inning as the Whiskey Jacks left the bases loaded off back-to-back strikeouts by Adrian Lopez, settled in against the new opponent. Lopez facing the Jacks for the first time this season, and it's only being the second game this year between the Whiskey Jacks and the Pierre Trappers. So now Lopez will take on the 7-8-9 and McKee, O'Brien, and Olson. First pitch, a breaking ball will catch the strike zone for strike number 1, an 0-1 count to Dylan McKee. McKee did play yesterday, going 1 for 4, striking out. Second pitch, another fast working start for Adrian Lopez, as that one will miss low and away, evens the count at 1-1. So a 1-1 count, the pitch will go low and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Lopez will now step off the mound, walking towards home plate to receive the ball from his catcher, Colin Adams. Prior to yesterday's contest, it's been a while since the Whiskey Jacks and the Trappers met up. The last time, June 30th, 2019, as a line drive will be hit to right field. Chasing after it is Cardoso, but it will drop for a foul ball. Count will stay even, will go even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Whiskey Jacks taking the year off. Last year was one of 4 teams in the Expedition League to say no to playing because of COVID-19. The Trappers, one of 6 teams to play in last year's season, in which the Fremont Moo won the Expedition League title. 2-2 swung on and hit to the shortstop. Connor will pick it up, fires onto first, goes into the dirt. Bramante can't pick it up. Now going over to second base will be McKee. McKee will stop at second, and undoubtedly an error to be given out. It will be a single for Dylan McKee, but a throwing error on Patrick Connor advances McKee over to second base. So that's the second base hit of the day for the Whiskey Jacks. It brings up Keenan O'Brien. For Connor, his first error of the year. We saw it yesterday. A lot of pitches or throws over to first low that Bramante scooped out. It was only a matter of time before Bramante couldn't save an error. First pitch goes outside for a ball. So the Whiskey Jacks start off with a runner in scoring position off the air on Patrick Connor. 1-0 swung on and missed by O'Brien. It's been a while off for O'Brien, last playing back on June 19th. So exactly 1 week ago was his last time grabbing a bat. He went 3 for 4 against the Sunfish with an RBI and 2 stolen bases. Pitch will go low, 2 balls, 1 strike. Garrett Olson on deck for the Whiskey Jacks. Whiskey Jacks also led off the first inning by getting runners at second, getting a runner on and then forcing him over to second base. Foul ball into the screen will put the count to 2-2. No runs on 2 hits, no errors for the Whiskey Jacks. They've left 3 runners on base. 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Trappers. They've left 2. 2-2 on the far outside part of the plate. Count will run to 3-2, a full count. Lopez sits and waits on O'Brien. The kick and fire outside, ball 4. That will put runners at first and second for Pierre. For Wheat City, excuse me. Second walk surrendered by Lopez. It'll bring up Olson, the second baseman. Did not play yesterday, but his last game against Fremont went 1 for 3 with an RBI. He steps in batting 189. Still nobody out in the inning. Runners at first and second for Wheat City. Swing and a miss by Olson for strike number 1. Lopez, last inning, loaded the bases before striking out 2 to end the inning. So an 0-1. Whiskey Jacks in all gray today with navy blue caps. A line drive hit to center field. Mast backing up will reach up to make the catch. A good play by Mast in center field for out number 1. It'll bring up the shortstop and the leadoff batter, and Ethan Sitzman. He walked and reached all the way to third last inning before being stranded there. Stood at third base for 4 consecutive batters, not being able to move any further. Sitzman with a 3 for 5 day yesterday. He steps into this plate appearance batting .258. pitch by Lopez will go high, popping up as Adams. It will scare both Whiskey Jacks on the base paths back to their bags. But the last game between the Trappers and the Whiskey Jacks back on June 30th, 2019 here from Hyde Stadium, that was a 13-1 decision in favor of the Trappers. Breaking ball will catch the strike zone, evening the count at 1-1. Last time that the Trappers played in Wheat City, June 9th, 2019. So it's been over 2 years since the Whiskey Jacks hosted the Trappers. Ball will go outside, 2-1. Of course, this year with COVID-19 restrictions on the U.S.-Canadian border, the Whiskey Jacks having to make the move to Grand Forks, North Dakota from their original hometown of Brandon, Manitoba. 2-1 will kick in the dirt, kicking up some chalk. It will be a hitter's count for Sitzman, 3-1. There is a spot to put a runner with third base open, but it would bring up Trey Guajardo, who's 1-for-1 with a double with only one out in the inning. The 3-1 pitch directly down Main Street. It will be a full count to Sitzman. Sitzman, the shortstop out of Golden, Colorado, has 24 base hits on the year, got 3 of them yesterday. Payoff pitch from Lopez, outside, ball 4. So the bases will go loaded for the Whiskey Jacks. Second walk of the inning surrendered by Lopez. McKee will advance over to third. O'Brien will get to second base, and the bases are loaded with 1 out for Trey Guajardo. Second straight inning that the Whiskey Jacks have had this situation with the bases loaded and 1 away. Last inning, 2 straight strikeouts by Lopez got the Trappers out of the inning, with the Whiskey Jacks having a goose egg on the scoreboard. Guajardo 1-for-1 today will take a ball high, 1 ball, no strikes. Lopez typically with quality starts has so far allowed 6 runners to reach in just 2 innings for the Whiskey Jacks. The 1-0 breaking ball catches the strike zone, will even the count at 1-1. I mentioned it last inning, and it's worth bringing up again, but a ground ball with a force at any base could end the inning, or at least get 1 out for the Trappers and stop a sacrifice situation. The 1-1 swung on over to the second baseman, not able to get there is Staus. Into score will be McKee. O'Brien comes home. He's into score as well. It's a 2 RBI single for Trey Guajardo. He's 2 for 2 today, as the Whiskey Jacks have tied the ball game at 2. First time this series in which the Trappers have taken the lead, and the Whiskey Jacks have come back to tie the ball game, as yesterday when the Trappers took their lead, they never looked back, never giving up the lead or never letting the Whiskey Jacks tie, as it will bring up Jake Jelly, who popped out to first in his last at-bat. Still only 1 out in the inning for the Whiskey Jacks, runners at first and third. Pitch from Lopez swung on, and a line shot to left field. It will get over the head of Osborne. Into score will be Sitzman. It's a double for Jake Jelly. A big inning for the Whiskey Jacks. It's now 3-2 as they've taken the lead. Some chants from the Wheat City dugout. 3-2 Wheat City. Nolan Drill was hit by a pitch in his last at-bat. Will take the first pitch high for ball 1. Lopez struggling through this start, loaded the bases. Luckily for him, got out of it in the first. Was not so fortunate here in the second. 1-0, another breaking ball. Breaking ball has been working for Lopez so far as it's found the strike zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. So 1-1, runners at second and third. Pitch will bounce in the dirt. A good block by Adams. 2-1 keeps the Whiskey Jacks where they are. So 2 runners on, both in scoring position for the Whiskey Jacks. Jelly at second, Guajardo at third. 2-1 pitch. Lopez taps the rubber a couple times. 2-1, swung on and missed. Will even the count at 2-2. Trappers, after a long losing streak, trying to work their way back to 500. They've won 3 of their last 4. They sit at 9-16. Whiskey Jacks went on a big losing streak of their own. Swing and a miss for strike number 3. And finally, the strikeout comes, putting 2 outs, but a few batters too late for Lopez. So it brings up Jackson Sorensen. He's 0 for 1, striking out swinging back in the first inning. Whiskey Jacks earlier this season had lost at 1.8 in a row. Before breaking their losing streak, they sit at 11-14, currently 6.5 back on the division-leading SaberDogs. First pitch, a breaking ball, catches the strike zone. Like I mentioned, that breaking ball has been working so far for Lopez. 0-1. 3 runs across this inning for the Jacks. They're going to try to bring more around and extend their lead. Oh, 1. Another off-speed pitch, but that one will miss high and outside for ball 1. Will even the count at 1 apiece. Lopez stands, kicks and fires on a pitch that goes low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Still 2 outs, so the Trappers just need a routine fly ball, a ground out, or the strikeout to get out of the inning and leave 2 runners stranded for the Whiskey Jacks. Lopez kicks and fires on the 2-1. A line drive down the right field line. That will drop for a base hit. In to score is Guajardo. Jelly will break at third. It's an RBI single for Jackson Sorensen. So Sorensen with a single that drives in Guajardo will score the 4th run of the inning for the Whiskey Jacks. Jelly advances to third. Runners at the corners with 2 away for Houston Fogelstrom. Fogelstrom struck out swinging back in the first. First pitch, pop fly to left field. Underneath it is Bennett Osborne. Dancing and finally jumping up for the ball is Osborne for out number 3. 9 batters come up for the Whiskey Jacks, and it pays off as they score 4 runs this inning to take a 4-2 lead over the Pierre Trappers. Lopez struggling through the first 2 innings, but the Trappers' offense was successful in the first. They'll try to be successful in the second to tie the ball game or take the lead. We'll be back here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixler channels for the bottom of the second inning. The Governor's Inn is the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Check out the special Trappers rate for your visit to Pierre and Hyde Stadium this summer. Call 605-224-4200 directly to get the Trappers rate. With free wireless internet, a deluxe breakfast, and an indoor pool and hot tub, there's no reason not to stop at the Governor's Inn. Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry are your homes for everything clothing in the capital area. Since 2010, Total Beauty has offered great customer service and competitive prices. Next door at Speedway Laundry, they have you covered for a fast, convenient way to wash and dry your clothes and other household items, including king-size comforters. Visit them at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre. Back for the bottom of the second inning, the Whiskey Jacks using a big 4-run second inning to take a 4-2 lead over the Pierre Trappers. But now it's the Trappers' turn to bat here in the second as they look to tie or take the lead over the Whiskey Jacks after their big offensive inning. First pitch from Aberrett will catch the strike zone on the inside part of the plate for strike number 1. It's the 8-9-1 for the Trappers due up as Bennett Osborne, Braden Cordes, and Caden Cardoso due up. Osborne got a day off yesterday, last played against the Sunfish, going 1 for 4 in the eventual loss. Pitch will go high and tight, 4-1, evening the count at 1-1. Osborne in that game against the Sunfish doubled, striking out while also stealing a bag. He bats 128 on the season. One swung on and missed for strike number 2. Take a look around the Expedition League scoreboard. A lot of scoring so far around the games in the EL. 1-2 swung on and missed. Strikeout number 2, 3 of the day for Gene Aberrett. Osborne goes down swinging. It will bring up Braden Cordes. Cordes 0 for 3 yesterday with an RBI, 2 walks, and a strikeout. He bats .219. First pitch will miss for a ball. The Rawlings Gold Glove winner for Pacific Junior Colleges has had a relatively successful year at the plate for the Trappers, including a 7-game hitting streak earlier this year. Pitch will be bounced into the third base dugout for strike number 1. Wheat City scoring 6 runs yesterday. The largest inning they had was a 3-run inning in the 4th. Pitch will run inside, ball 2. Cardoso stands on deck. Cordes trying to get a base runner for him. Cardoso a home run in yesterday's contest. 2-1 goes high. Right at around the brim of the batting helmet for Cordes. Sitting on it for a moment was O'Brien, keeping the glove where the pitch landed. (3-1) to Cordes. Swing and a miss on the hitter's count to make the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Aberrett seems like he may be settling in after allowing the 2-run Trapper first. Full count, payoff pitch, swung on a pitch in the dirt for strike number 3. Third straight strikeout for Aberrett, and it goes on Braden Cordes. He now has 4 on the day. So the Trappers, after a 2-hit inning that scored 2 runs in the last frame, now have nobody on with 2 outs after the first 2 batters go down on strikes in Osborne and Cordes. First pitch will go on the outside part of the plate for ball number 1 to Caden Cardoso. Cardoso, player of the game yesterday, went 2 for 5, double and a home run for 5 RBIs. He now bats .209 on the season. 1-0. Swung on and missed to even the count 1-1. The Badlands Big Sticks lead the Mining City Tommyknockers 3-0 in the top of the 3rd from Dickinson, North Dakota. Also a 3-0 score for the Sunfish over the Sodbusters as a pitch will run inside on Cardoso to put the count 2-1 in Cardoso's favor. Top of the 3rd from Caris Park. Sunfish leading the Sodbusters. Top of the 1st in Spearfish, Western Nebraska and Spearfish till tied at 0, first inning there. 2-1 will head on the outside part of the plate. Now a hitter's count to Caden Cardoso, 3 balls, 1 strike. Finally from Fremont, top of the 3rd, A 1-0 lead for the Moo over the Souris Valley SaberDogs. They had a game suspended yesterday in the 6th inning as the pitch will go low. Cardoso will draw a 2-out walk and a runner is aboard. Third walk of the ballgame. Surrendered by Aberrett. So it will bring up Patrick Connor. Connor today 0 for 0. He walked in his last at bat, later coming around to score off the 2 RBI single by Ty Stouse. But that game ended up being a 13-6 decision in favor of the SaberDogs. They finished that game up today. First pitch will catch the strike zone for strike number 1 to Connor. No balls, 1 strike. So that means the Fremont Moo have now lost 6 games in a row. They sit at 16-9. 0-1 pitch high, jumping up is O'Brien. It will threaten Cardoso back to the bag. Evens the count as well, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom of the second, 2 outs, 1 runner on for Patrick Connor. Connor has 6 base hits, all of them singles. 1-1 on a pitch that goes high just above the lettering of the jersey, 2-1. Aberrett sets and fires on the 2-1. That one will be a fastball catching the strike zone. Will even the count at 2-2. Connor, the O'Fallon, Missouri native, faces the 2-2 to Aberrett. Swing and a miss for strike number 3. Aberrett strikes out the side with the exception of the Cardoso walk. Could have done it in order. 5th strikeout of the day for Aberrett. It's still a 4-2 Whiskey Jack lead as we head to the top of the 3rd when we return on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixlr channel live streams.
You don't need an illness to need a doctor. You don't need to feel sick to feel better. You don't need to be unwell to get well. What you do need is a primary care provider at Sanford Health. Better healthcare starts with regular wellness visits and a familiar face who knows you, your concerns, and your goals. We're here before you need us. We're here when you need us. We're here after you need us. We're here for you. Find your primary care provider at sanfordhealth.org today.
Back for the top of the 3rd inning. A few sponsors for the 2021 Pierre Trappers baseball season that we'd like to say thank you to, including Oahe Federal Credit Union, Layden and Associates, May Adam, Michelle Maupin Barrett Photography, and Pierre Family Dental. Thanks for your continued support of Pierre Trappers baseball. Adrian Lopez returns to the mound for his 3rd inning of work. He's struggled through the first 2. So it will be McKee, O'Brien, and Olson due up. The first pitch will miss for ball 1. So a 1-0 count. That part of the batting order led off last inning. Whiskey Jacks ended up scoring 4. So a good starting part of the batting order for the Whiskey Jacks. A swing and a miss by McKee will even the count at 1-1. McKee today 1 for 1, led off the 2nd inning with a single, later coming around to score off the Guajardo RBI single. Foul ball will head back towards us into the crowd. And a souvenir for a fan. We'll push the count to 1-2. McKee, O'Brien, and Olson A combined 1 for 2 with O'Brien walking. The 1-2, a ground ball over to third, picking it up is Cordes onto first base. A low throw picked up by Bramonti for the out. So a 5-3 ground out for Dylan McKee. For the first out of the inning, it will bring up Keenan O'Brien. O'Brien walked in his last plate appearance, coming around to score also on the Guajardo RBI single. First pitch will miss on the outside part of the plate for ball 1. So a 1-0 count. Middle infield playing on the border of the infield and outfield. 1-0 pitch will go high above the lettering. A 2-0 count now to the batter O'Brien. O'Brien walked in his last at-bat, and he's well on the way for a second walk. Two balls, no strikes. The pitch from Lopez, a breaking ball. That one catches the strike zone for strike number 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. And as I have been the past week, giving you updates on the College World Series, 2-1, another breaking ball. That one goes high, and now a hitter's count to O'Brien. 3 balls, 1 strike. Bottom of the 6th inning from Omaha. A 3-3 tie in an elimination game between Mississippi State and Texas. Winner will play Vanderbilt in the final series. Swing and a miss will put the count full to O'Brien. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Run scoring this inning off a Tanner double for Mississippi State. Full count, sun showing itself. Swing and a foul tip by O'Brien, keeping himself alive in the count. It's been a much better pitching performance for Mississippi State as well, only allowing 3 base hits by the Longhorns. However, all that matters is that it's a tie ball game at 3. Breaking ball, ground ball to third. Cordes will pick it up again, fires onto first base. It's in time for out number 2. So 2 5-3 groundouts lead off the Whiskey Jack third.
Now batting for Wheat City, the second baseman, number 16, Garrett Olson.
So it brings up Garrett Olson. He flew out to center field back in the 2nd inning. First pitch to Olson will be a fastball down the center of the strike zone for strike number 1. 4-2, Whiskey Jacks leading here at Hyde Stadium, a home game for the Trappers. 0-1, breaking ball will miss outside, evening the count at 1-1. The 4 runs last inning. Pitch bounces in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike. Only one of them unearned for Adrian Lopez's line. So it's a 2-1 count now to Garrett Olson. Nobody on, 2 outs. The pitch high and inside. A hitter's count now to Olson, 3-1. Ball 4 will go to Olson. He draws the walk. It's the 8th walk that he's drawn this season as he gets aboard with 2 outs, a potential 2-out rally in the works for the Whiskey Jacks. 4th walk surrendered by Adrian Lopez. And with 4 walks so far, that already doubles the walks allowed by the Trappers yesterday in 9 innings. Trappers had a very good day for control yesterday, only walking 2 batters. Wind blowing out to center field. Pickoff attempt back to first base. It's in time, a pickoff for Garrett Olson. Trappers have been successful all year with pickoff attempts, and Olsen was not expecting it. Gets aboard via the walk, and it's an unconventional 1-2-3 inning. We'll head to the bottom of the third when we return here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixler live streams. Trappers fans, summer is here. Get your boat back in shape with a visit to Dano's Marine. Dano's Marine will get you back out on the water this summer with excellent service and years of experience. Give them a call at 605-224-6612 or visit them at 320 St. Charles Street in Pierre. Any water, any problem, Dano's Marine. Join the Shell's loyalty program and never pay full price for gas again. Shell's loyalty members also get monthly specials for increased savings. Shell's doesn't just fill up your tank, but it also fills up your stomach with a variety of food and drinks. Become a loyalty club member today by visiting Shell's at 621 Sioux Avenue or give them a call at 605-224-6266. Bottom of the third inning on tap here from Hyde Stadium. It will be Mass, Skelton, and Stouse due up for the Trappers in the bottom of the third. They're down by 2 runs, taking on the Whiskey Jacks ace, Gene Averett, who struck out 5 of the 6 outs recorded. Only out that was not a strikeout for the Whiskey Jacks, the leadoff batter of the entire ball game, Caden Cardoso, grounded out to second to lead the game off. It will bring up Eric Mast. Mast, Skelton, and Stouse due up. That's the 3-4-5 part of the batting order. They are combined 2 for 3, having a very good first inning. Mast 1 for 1, doubled, coming around to score. First pitch from Averett to Mast in round 2 will go low for a ball. So 1 ball, no strikes to the Big Bend Viking. 1-0 will go outside, putting the count to 2 balls and no strikes. Trappers down by 2 early in this ball game. Wind starting to blow heavier out to center field, blowing directly out to center as well. 2-0 swing and a foul ball off the plate for a strike. Cannot remember the last time that the wind was blowing out. Typically either blowing across or in. So 2-1. Mast will take a pitch on the outside part of the plate, called a strike. Will even the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mast, the lefty batter against the lefty pitcher. 2-2 will go high and outside. Will put the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. That eventual inning for Mississippi State left the bases loaded as the Longhorns got out of a jam. Ball 4 will go inside, and Mast will lead off the third inning for the Trappers with a leadoff walk. 4th walk surrendered by Averett. It will bring up Tyler Skelton, 0 for 1 with a strikeout swinging. Attendance today announced at 463 spectators. Wind up and pitch, a fly ball hit to left field. Chasing after it is Jelly. Jelly diving will make the catch. It seemed like a routine fly ball, but the wind may have influenced that one as it was a diving play by Jake Jelly. So, from one Ty to the other, Tyler Skelton for Ty Stouse. Stouse did have the 2 RBI single back in the first inning on his first base hit as a Pierre Trapper in just his 3rd ball game with the team. Pitch will go low, bouncing into the dirt for ball 1. Stouse walked 3 times yesterday, only going 0 for 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. The windup and pitch by Aberrett will go outside. 2 balls, no strikes. And Aberrett just 2 balls away from walking another batter in the inning. Including this game, Stouse has had more walks against the Whiskey Jacks than at-bats. Swing and a miss will go for strike number 1. Aberrett works partially back into the count, 2-1. Cloudy day has lightened up a bit. Still somewhat overcast. 2-1, runner goes. The pitch down to second base will not be in time. A stolen bag for Eric Mast. Mast, his 4th of the season. He stole one yesterday, will steal another one today against the Whiskey Jacks. So a runner in scoring position as well as a hitter's count of 3-1 to Ty Stouse. Potential for another RBI single or put runners at first and second. Pitch will run inside, ball 4. So the stolen base ends up being just a statistic for Eric Mast, as he would have been at second base anyway, off the 5th walk surrendered by Aberrett. It brings up Colin Adams, who walked in his last at-bat. While Aberrett has been lights out, striking out 5 of the current 7 outs recorded by the Whiskey Jacks, he has also struggled with control, walking 5 batters. 5 walks, 5 strikeouts here in the bottom of the 3rd for the starting pitcher, Gene Aberrett. The windup and pitch swung on, fouled into the ankle guard of Colin Adams for strike 1. First pitch tomorrow in the series finale between the Whiskey Jacks and the Trappers will be at a special 5:35 start. 0-1, the windup and pitch by Aberrett will go inside, catching strike zone, and now Adams behind in the count. 0-2, only 1 away in the inning for the Trappers. Now the 0-2 to Adams, swung on, grounded over to the shortstop. This could be 2. No, everybody's safe except for Adams, who grounds out to short. So Adams, a ground out to the shortstop. Stouse will advance over to second base. Mast will get to 3rd. Runners at 2nd and 3rd now for the Trappers, as it brings up Joey Bramante with 2 outs, going to need a base hit to drive home a run. Keep in mind that the Stouse 2 RBI single back in the 1st also came with 2 outs, as it could be good luck and good fortune for the Trappers on South Dakota Lottery night. First pitch will miss on the inside, ball 1. Osborne stands on deck should Bramante extend the inning. 1-0, line drive hit to left field, chasing back as Jelly will reach up to make the catch, and the Trappers forced to go scoreless here in the 3rd. 2 runners get aboard via the walk. The Trappers make the most of it, pushing runners to 2nd and 3rd, but can't push anybody across. We'll head to the 4th inning when we come back on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixlr live streams. The Pierre Trappers are proud to partner with the Governor's Inn, the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Call 605-224-4200 for a special Trappers rate when you visit Pierre and Hyde Stadium. Whether you're coming for the best hunting, fishing, and outdoor recreation in the Midwest, just passing through, or coming out to the ballpark, the Governor's Inn is the place for you. Fourth inning about to get underway. Adrian Lopez returns to the mound for his fourth inning of work. He's had one big inning that could come back to bite him in the later stage of this ball game. Second inning for the Whiskey Jacks. They put up a 4 spot with 4 hits off 1 error by the Trappers. They left 2 on base that inning. A 1-2-3 inning in the last frame for the Whiskey Jacks will bring up the top of the order here in the fourth in Sitzman, Guajardo, and Jelly. The Trappers, last inning offensively, got 2 runners aboard via the walk. Pushed them both into scoring position via a ground out by Colin Adams. That made 2 outs in the inning. Then Joey Bramante, a fly out to left, ended the frame for the Trappers. So top of the order due up for the Whiskey Jacks. It'll bring up Ethan Sitzman. So Sitzman, a 3-for-5 day yesterday, still without an official at-bat and 2 plate appearances. First pitch will miss low, and he's on the way to a 3rd straight walk in 3 innings. Walked in the first and second. So a 1-0, the pitch from Lopez will go outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Lopez struggled through the first and second at a 1-2-3 third. We'll start this inning with a 3-0 count, however. And a 4-pitch walk right at the letters, as Sitzman will reach via the free pass for the 3rd time tonight. It'll bring up Trey Guajardo. He's 2 for 2 today with a double and a single. Elsewhere in playoffs across the country, the Suns and Clippers play in Game 4 of the Western Conference Finals as a pitch will miss outside. 5 straight balls by Lopez, 1 ball, no strikes. That game will start, supposed to have started 10 minutes ago. Phoenix leads that series 2-1. 1-0 breaking ball pitch. That one finally catches the strike zone as Lopez will get one by after 5 consecutive pitches missing the strike zone. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on and Sitzman who walked. The pitch swung on and grounded back towards the Trappers' dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lopez ahead in the count to Guajardo. Additionally, for international soccer fans, the Euros knockout round began today, with Denmark defeating Wales 4-0, and Italy ball gets away on a pickoff attempt. Heading over to second base, that's going to be another error. Rounding second and heading for third is Sitzman. A long throw by Bramante to Cordes. Cordes couldn't reach up. And safe at third base is going to be Ethan Sitzman. So it will be a 2-base error for Adrian Lopez, second error of the ballgame for the Trappers after an errorless night last night. A big mistake for the Trappers could score a 5th run Remains a 1-2 count. And now a fly ball hit to center field. Underneath it is Mass. That should be enough to score the runner. Makes the catch, breaking for home is Sitzman. Will be in. A throw in, but no tag by Colin Adams. It's now 5-2 Whiskey Jacks. So a sacrifice fly to center field for Trey Guajardo. It'll be his third RBI of the night. 5-2 Whiskey Jacks now lead for Jelly. He's 1 for 2. Swing and a miss for strike number 1. Finishing up on my earlier point, in extra time, Italy defeating Austria to advance to the next round of the Euros. Oh, 1, Lopez will kick and fire on a fly ball hit to right field. Cardoso chasing after it, but it will drop in front of Cardoso. A single for Jake Jelly, his second base hit of the day. The Whiskey Jacks have been hitting all over the Pierre Trappers. It's their 6th hit of the night. Standing at first is Jelly. Fly ball will head over and out of play for strike number 1. So an 0-1 with Jelly at first. Runner breaks for second base on a pitch that goes low, and it will be a stolen base for Jelly. First stolen base of the ball game for the Whiskey Jacks. That's 48 on the year, on their 60th attempt of the season. Pitch in the dirt will even the count at 1-1. Time will be called as Adams talks to Lopez, and I think it's safe to say this has not been Lopez's finest hour. Just a very quick conversation between Adams and Lopez, as he'll remain on the mound with a runner at second base. Jelly stealing after singling. Lopez will kick and fire a pitch low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Lopez only allowed 3 runs in his last appearance against the SaberDogs in 6 innings pitched. Ball will bounce well in the dirt, getting away from Adams. Taking off for third will be Jelly. So now a 3-1 count. And honestly surprised that there has not been a coach's visit to the mound yet for Lopez. 3 balls, 1 strike with Jelly taking off for third off the wild pitch. Foul ball will run the count full, 3-2. Still only 1 away here in the top of the 4th. Whiskey Jacks have scored 1 here in this inning. Trying to add another with a runner at third in Jelly. Jelly did reach third earlier this ballgame. Was stranded there at the end of the 2nd inning. 3-2 will run inside and plunk Nolan Drill. The 2nd time tonight, Drill has been drilled. So the 3-2, it would have been a ball anyway. It just unfortunately hits Drill. It will bring up Sorensen, who's 1 for 2 today. He had an RBI single and struck out swinging. Runners at the corners for the Jacks. Lopez kicks and fires a fastball high, ball one. Lopez trying to get out of the inning. Has had his lone success in the third. The pitch as the runner goes down to second base. Throw is in time. The throw down to second by Connor. Cordes wasn't expecting it. It will be a stolen base for Nolan Drill. So now a 2-0 count to Sorensen. A deep fly ball hit to right field. That one is deep, and that one will clear the wall at the scoreboard. A 3-run home run for Jackson Sorensen, and the Whiskey Jacks have broken this game wide open 8-2. Sorensen hits a shot to right field. It's his second home run of the year. Bullpen now active for the Trappers after Lopez allows 8 runs, and he seems a bit rattled by the home run as the first pitch will go high and inside as Fogelstrom ducks out of the way. Pitch will go low, 2 balls and no strikes. Seems like warming up in the bullpen for the Trappers is Mason Wells, the left-hander out of Gonzaga. Ground ball over to third. Throw on to first base is in time. Only the second out of the inning, however, for the Whiskey Jacks. And I stand corrected as warming up in the bullpen is Gannon Ruckman. 2 away in the inning as it brings up Dylan McKee, who's 1 for 2 today. The pitch by Adrian will catch the strike zone for strike number 1. No balls, 1 strike. So McKee, who's 1 for 2 today, will take a ball on the outside part of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Second 4-run inning of the ball game for Wheat City. Both in even-numbered innings. 1-1 will bounce in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike, and the only fortunate thing for the Trappers there was no Whiskey Jack was on board. Two balls, 1 strike. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. 8-2 Whiskey Jacks. 2-1 will be a fastball missing the strike zone. Count will go to 3 balls and 1 strike. 3-1, a foul ball will head back into the screen. 3-2. McKee seems frustrated as he steps out of the box. Whiskey Jacks have been jumping all over Adrian Lopez tonight. Payoff pitch from Lopez, swung on and missed. Strikeout number 4 for Adrian Lopez as he ends up getting out of the inning himself, but not before another 4-run score for the Whiskey Jacks, including a 3-run bomb by Jackson Sorensen. The 10th home run of the year for the Whiskey Jacks. We'll be back for the bottom of the 4th here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixler live streams. When it comes to clothing in the capital area, Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry have you covered. Speedway Laundry offers the fastest way to clean clothes, with free Wi-Fi offered while you wait. Next door, family-owned and operated Total Beauty has a constantly changing inventory of top-quality clothing. Check out the newest lines in clothing by giving Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry a visit at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories with family, friends, and your community is just a way of life. Yes, in times like these, it's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Back for the bottom of the fourth inning, Aberrett returns for his fourth inning of work. A few more sponsors we'd like to say thank you to for the 2021 Pierre Trappers baseball season, including Kathy's Sun and Shine Properties, Edward Jones, Mark Ullman, Farmers Union Insurance Mefford, Aflac, and Bank West. Thanks for your continued support of Pierre Trappers baseball. The 8-9-1 due up for the Pierre Trappers in Osborne, Cordes, and Cardoso. Combined part of the batting order, 0 for 3 today. Trappers had a good bottom of the first inning to take a 2-0 lead over Wheat City. Since then, 8 unanswered. However, silver lining for the Trappers last inning in the third did not strike out against Aberrett. First pitch swinging for Osborne, however, strike number 1. Osborne did strike out in his lone at-bat of the ballgame. So Osborne, then Cordes. Osborne batting 128, a fly ball hit to center field. That one will drop for a base hit. Osborne speeding around first base will retreat back. Throw down to first will not be in time as Osborne leads things off here in the bottom of the fourth with a base hit. Whiskey Jacks have quite the cushion of 6 runs. So now it will bring up Braden Cordes, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. First pitch will miss for ball 1. Last inning, Adrian Lopez allowed 4 runs despite the error, all 4 of them earned. Throw down to first base, a pickoff attempt, but back in safely and sliding is Bennett Osborne. So still a 1-0 count. The pitch will be a foul ball up the third baseline heading towards the Wheat City dugout. We'll even the count at 1-1, nobody gone in the bottom of the fourth. So a 1-1. The pitch swung on and missed. A pickoff attempt back to first base, but back in safely is Bennett Osborne. Caught taking a little too far of a lead, and O'Brien called him out on it. So it'll be a 1-2 count to Braden Cordes. A wind up and pitch, a fly ball directly to the third baseman. Fire down to first base will not be in time, dropping the baseball. So a line out to the third baseman for Braden Cordes will put 1 away in the inning, bringing up Caden Cardoso. Cardoso today 0 for 1. Grounded out to second and walked in the second inning. So an 0 for 1 day for Cardoso so far. Trappers, if they want to start getting back in this ballgame, Cardoso and others are going to have to start reciprocating yesterday's performance. First pitch will go low for ball one. Yesterday, Caden Cardoso hit a home run to right field. It was a 2-run shot in the 4th inning. And the Trappers have a tradition when they hit a home run, they break out a miniature basketball hoop and slam down a basketball as a ball from the Trappers bullpen will get away and roll into the infield. Yesterday, I thought it was a typical slam dunk by Caden Cardoso. However, got another angle of it, looked at it again today, and Caden Cardoso actually brought down the hammer so hard, he broke the miniature basketball hoop. 1-0, runner goes on Osborne. Swing and a miss for a strike. Sliding in, but safely is Bennett Osborne. Will even the count to 1-1. Another stolen base for the Trappers. It's their second tonight. That gets them up to 41 on the season. Trappers may be taking a lesson from the Sunfish and getting a lot more aggressive on stolen bases. They're typically more conservative on the base paths. So now 1-1. Runner at second base. Averett now dealing with a runner in scoring position. Winds up and deals to Cardoso on a pitch outside, but will catch the strike zone for strike number 2. Cardoso today 0 for 1 after grounding out back in the first. So now a 1-2. Only one out in the inning. Pitch will go high, evening the count. O'Brien pops up after Osborne dancing at second base. Whiskey Jack's not a fan. Wind continues to blow out the center field. 2-2. Cardoso steps back into the box. The windup and pitch goes on the outside part of the plate. A full count now to Cardoso. Cardoso did walk back in the second inning. He has 2 plate appearances, only 1 official at bat. Full count for Cardoso. The payoff pitch swung on and a line drive into right field. That will be a base hit. It will be fielded by Fogelstrom. Red light is on. Cardoso standing firmly at first base. It's a single as Cardoso gets aboard. Osborne will get over to third. Runners at the corners with 1 out. Trappers in white pants, gold uniforms, gold caps as well. Whiskey Jacks, gray pants, gray uniforms with a white Whiskey Jacks word mark across the front. Navy blue numbering. They wear navy blue caps with light blue brims. It brings up Patrick Connor. Connor today 0 for 1, walking and striking out. First pitch to Connor will miss outside for ball 1. So a 1-0 count. A line drive hit to left field, but this one will drop for a base hit. Coming in to score will be Bennett Osborne. The throw home was not in time. Ball slightly gets away. Cardoso thought about taking off for third, but the Trappers score their 3rd run of the ballgame off a base hit for Patrick Connor, his first base hit of the ballgame. And the Trappers may have something going here in the bottom of the 4th. Still down by 5, however, it's certainly a start. Cardoso gets over to second base. Osborne in to score. Bottom of the second, runners at first and second. Bottom of the 4th, excuse me. Pitch will go high, ball 1. Time will be called as O'Brien will come to talk to his pitcher in Aberrett. And for Aberrett, this is now the most runs he's allowed in a ball game this season. An update from around the Expedition League. Top of the 6th inning, the Big Sticks lead the Tommyknockers 4-0. Big Sticks looking to win their 8th in a row. Tommyknockers on a 5-game slide. Top of the 5th, Sunfish lead the Sodbusters 5-1. Top of the 4th, Sasquatch and Pioneers tied at 1. Pioneers looking for their 12th straight, would be the longest winning streak in the Expedition League this season. 1-0, line drive down the right field line, hooking foul for strike 1. Eric Mass, the batter, he's 1 for 1 today with a double back in the 1st. He walked in the 3rd. Mass has been swinging a hot bat recently. The wind that was blowing out to center field has somewhat died. Flag now hanging, blowing slightly out to center. 1-1 pickoff. Cardoso slides back in, but he's safe. A close play. Skelton on deck. Barring a double play, he will get an at-bat. The 1-1 to Mass will run high and inside. Mass twisting his body out of the way. He goes ahead in the count, 2-1. College World Series in the bottom of the 8th. Game 7 in bracket 2 between Texas and Mississippi State, still tied at 3. 2-1, bounces off the plate. Both runners break. And walking into their respective bases are Cardoso and Connor off the wild pitch. And now time will be called as Robbie Laughlin, the head coach of the Whiskey Jacks, will come to talk to Aberrett. There is action going in the Whiskey Jacks bullpen. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see it just below the score bug in the top left of your screen. And I highly doubt that this is it for Aberrett, just calming the nerves. It will be a 3-1 count to Eric Mast. So 3 balls, 1 strike to Eric Mast, 2 runners in scoring position for the Trappers. Aberrett has allowed 3 runs. His team has a 5-run lead, but statistically, this has been his worst start this season. And quite frankly, this has been his worst start by far, as he's been lights out heading into this ball game. The 3-1 half-hearted swing. The appeal down. He did go around 3-2, and the count will run full to Mast. That gets a couple boos from the home supporters. Full count now to Mast. Runners at second and third. Connor stands at second. Cardoso at third. First base empty. Payoff pitch. High fly ball to right field. Underneath it is Fogelstrom. Fogelstrom will take it. Cardoso breaks for home. The throw home will be not in time. Cardoso is in off a sacrifice fly and a risky break for home. Trappers have now cut the deficit to 4 runs as they have 4 runs. 8-4, Whiskey Jacks still lead. 2 runs have come across here in the 4th for the Trappers. They still need to continue cutting down on the lead. So Tyler Skelton will be the next to bat. He is 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a flyout to left. Skelton having a few words with O'Brien before he steps into the batter's box. Now a conversation between Laughlin and Williams. Unsure what that was about. but Skelton will step up with a runner at second base in Patrick Connor. Chance for an RBI with a base hit into the outfield for Skelton. Connor does have some speed. First pitch swung on and hit to left field. Underneath it is Jelly as he reaches up and makes the catch. So the Whiskey Jacks do get out of the inning, but not before the Trappers put up 2 runs off a sacrifice fly by Eric Mast and an RBI single by Patrick Connor. It's 8-4 Whiskey Jacks in front as we head to the 5th inning here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixlr live streams.
Hey, it's the old top Gator here with Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza. Gators is known for top quality food. Now you can have our food selections delivered right to your front door using DoorDash. That's right, now you have 4 ways that you can get great Gators food. Dine in, carry out, curbside pickup, and now delivery through DoorDash. Gators has been serving the Pierre area and now Trappers baseball fans since 1987. Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza.
Back for the top of the 5th inning, a pitching change for the Pierre Trappers after Adrian Lopez only able to go 4 innings of work. He, however, did allow 8 runs, 7 of them earned. It will be number 7 in Gannon Ruckman. Ruckman, the native of Freeport, Illinois, has not had the best start in a Trappers uniform. His last appearance against the SaberDogs did not record an out, allowing only 1 base hit. His last appearance was on June 23rd against the Sioux Falls Sunfish. Pitched in 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 run. It was earned, walked 2, struck out 1. Ruckman this season does not have a record in 2 2/3 innings pitched, has a 27 ERA. So leading things off for the Whiskey Jacks will be Keenan O'Brien. It's the 8-9-1, and O'Brien, Olson, and Sitzman due up. First pitch swinging as it's fouled back into the screen for strike number 1. Trappers slowly chipping away at their deficit. They had a 2-run frame in the bottom of the 4th. However, it's still a 4-run deficit here in the 5th. 0-1 pitch will go high. 1 ball, 1 strike from Ruckman to O'Brien, first batter that Ruckman will face. Ruckman, the left-handed pitcher, a contrast from right-handed pitcher Adrian Lopez. Whiskey Jacks did seem to struggle against left-handed pitcher Ryan Cross yesterday, a swing and a miss for strike number 2. Yesterday, the lefty Cross in 6 innings allowed 6 base hits, 5 runs, struck out 7 times, struck out 7 Whiskey Jack batters, and walked just 1. Pitch will go high, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Gannon Ruckman sets and fires a line drive heading back to the press box. Will scrape off the press box and head out of play. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. The windup and pitch will go high and outside. The count will run full to the leadoff batter of the inning, Keenan O'Brien. Full count now. The pitch swung on and missed. Gannon Ruckman will get a K off the first batter he faces. So it'll bring up Garrett Olson, Olsen today 0 for 1, flew out to center in the second, walked in the third. So the windup and pitch will go high and outside for ball number 1 to Olsen, the second baseman for the Whiskey Jacks. Did make one play today, got an assist in the first batter of the ball game when Caden Cardoso grounded out to second. 1-0 will miss low, 2 balls, no strikes. So a 2-0. The windup and pitch swung on, foul tipped back into the catcher's glove for strike number 1. So it will be a 2-1 count to Garrett Olsen. Top of the 5th. 1 away as the pitch will be taken on the outside part of the plate. 3 balls and 1 strike. Olsen, his first appearance against the Trappers, started 0 for 1. Pitch will be taken on the high and inside part of the strike zone for strike number 2. So a 3-2 count. Swung on and missed. Ruckman striking out 2 straight. O'Brien and now Olsen go down swinging. So it will bring up the shortstop and Ethan Sitzman. Sitzman today does not have an official at-bat despite 3 plate appearances, has walked 3 times. Pitch will go high and outside for ball 1. And if Sitzman was looking for the anti-golden sombrero of walking 4 times, he's on the right first step. Pitch will go low, 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes. A windup and pitch. Another one outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Sitzman just a ball away from walking 4 times. And another pitch will miss for ball 4. That one looked like it might have caught strike zone, but walk number 4 of the ball game for Ethan Sitzman. And in just the 5th inning, he could join some elite company, as the Major League Baseball record is 6 walks in a single game. The first pitch to the new batter, Guajardo, will catch the strike zone for strike number 1. So no balls, 1 strike, Sitzman at first base. Sitzman, each time he got aboard, at least reached third. Pickoff attempt, but back to first, not in time. A high arcing pickoff attempt by Ruckman. So now an 0-1 count to Guajardo. Guajardo today 2 for 2. Pitch will miss, evening the count at 1-1. Guajardo doubled in the first, singled in the second. It was a 2 RBI single and hit a sacrifice fly in the 4th. 1-1 will run inside. That one will hit Guajardo, so second free pass in a row via the walk and now the hit by pitch. It will bring up Jake Jelly, who's 2 for 3. Jelly steps up, popped out to first in the first, doubled in the second, and singled coming around to score in the fourth. 2 runners on, line drive to the right side will go foul for strike 1. In Omaha, Mississippi State and Texas in the bottom of the 9th. Odds are looking like the extra inning rules will take effect from the College World Series. 0-1, runners at first and second. Swing and a miss for strike number 2. Jelly was looking to go yard. Jelly, the native of East Grand Forks, does have a home run this year. Attends the University of Minnesota Crookston, playing for the Golden Eagles. 0-2, swing and a miss. Ruckman strikes out the side, striking out O'Brien, Olson, and Jelly. Does allow a walk and a hit by pitch in between those. However, 3 strikeouts is 3 strikeouts. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Trappers trying to put a dent even more into that 4-run deficit when we return on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixler channels. Dano's Marine is a proud partner of Pierre Trappers Baseball. Located at 320 St. Charles Street, Dano's provides service on your boat to get you back out on the water in the dog days of summer. Give them a call at 605-224-6612. That's Dano's Marine at 605-224-6612. Any water, any problem, Dano's Marine. Back for the bottom of the 5th inning, a pitching change for the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks as their starter, Gene Aberrett, surprisingly only goes 4 innings. He did allow 4 runs, which was his worst start of the season, but now you're taking your starter with a 4-run lead out of a chance to win the ballgame as he only goes 4 innings. Due up will be Stouse, Adams, and Bramante. We'll take a look at the new pitcher. It's number 2 in Brandon Nix, and Trapper and Whiskey Jack fans will know the name from yesterday's ballgame as he came in and pitched relief, pitched 1 inning in the 8th inning in relief of Jackson Harbin, who could not throw strikes. Nix in 7 appearances, 1 start, does not have a record as a 10.50 ERA in 12 innings pitched, has allowed 17 base hits, 18 runs, 14 of them earned, has walked 17 and struck out 6. Struck out the side when he pitched against the Trappers yesterday. He'll have to take on the 5, 6, 7 of the Trappers batting order. So the Trappers looking to have some success now that the starter in Aberrett out of the ballgame. Leading off for the Trappers will be number 17 and Ty Stouse. He's 1 for 1 today, singling and walking. We appreciate those of you watching and listening along, and thank you for making us a part of your Saturday evening. The first pitch from Nix to Stouse will be a fastball in for a strike. Talked about it last night. Stouse, a majority fastball curveball pitcher. So we saw a fastball for the first pitch, and it was a strike. Curveball will now head over to Capitol Avenue, where it will drop, avoiding cars on the street to put a 0-2 count to Ty Stouse. Additionally, Nix favoring that breaking curve with 2 strikes in the at-bat. We'll see if we see it here. It's a fastball that goes high for ball 1. So far, Nix has gone fastball, curveball, fastball. Stouse making contact on the curve. Another curve will run inside, evening the count at 2-2. So Nix has alternated for the first 4 pitches. And Mississippi State will head to the College World Series Championship. Foul ball will keep it at 2-2. An RBI single by Leglet. It will be the Bulldogs and the Commodores battling it out. Stouse with a 2-2. Pitch will go high. Ball 3, and the count will go full. Stouse working himself back into the count after starting 0-2. Payoff pitch coming from Brandon Nix. He struck out 3 trappers last night. High pop fly in the infield. Underneath it is the shortstop, Sitzman. Sitzman sits under it and will make the catch. So 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th as it will bring up Colin Adams. Adams today 0 for 1, walked in the first, grounded out to short in the 3rd. Bases empty, 1 away for Colin Adams. First pitch will go high for ball 1. Compared to the wind that we have seen here in Pierre tonight, a relatively calm night. 1-0 will head foul, keeping the count at 1-1. Or pushing the count to 1-1, I should say. So a battle of the SEC will take place in Omaha for the 2021 National Championship. 1-1 will be a fastball that misses 2-1. So now a 2-1 count to Colin Adams. As another pitch will go low, a hitter's count to Adams 3-1 after Stouse popped out to short to lead off the inning. With Vanderbilt and Mississippi State being in the SEC, they have played each other this season as ball 4 will go high. A 1-out walk to Colin Adams. It will bring up the first baseman, Joey Bramante. Bramante 0 for 2, struck out swinging and flew out to left in the 3rd. Time will be called as the pitching coach for the Whiskey Jacks will have a quick conversation. And using a mound visit with just 1 runner aboard, that means if the Whiskey Jacks want to have another mound visit, they're going to have to pull Nix from the ballgame. No action going in the Wheat City bullpen. But back on my point of the Bulldogs and Commodores playing each other, they played this season on a weekend series from April 23rd to April 25th from the Commodores' home stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. It is a best-of-3 series for the College World Series Championship. Vanderbilt took 2 out of 3 from Mississippi State. That was, however, on the Commodores' home turf. So with one away and one on, it will bring up Joey Bramante, who's 0 for 1. Struck out swinging and flew out to left. Will wind up and deal. The first pitch catches the inside part of the plate for strike number 1. So no balls, 1 strike. Trappers down by 4, bottom 5. The windup and pitch swung on and missed by Bramante. An unfortunate piece of news that broke in the early hours of this morning for the College World Series as NC State was pushed out of the tournament due to positive COVID-19 cases. A pop fly heading into foul territory. This one will head out of play and into the seats as another souvenir nearly reaching the window. NC State was supposed to take on Vanderbilt this evening, or this morning I should say, for a spot in the College World Series Championship. They had to play with 13 players in that first game against Vanderbilt that evening. Guess more tests came out with positive cases. Pickoff attempt back to first base, but sliding back in safely is Colin Adams. Bramante will face a 1-2 count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Bramante. Adams stands at first base. Should Bramante. Ball will go outside. Should Bramante hit his 3rd home run of the season, it would cut the deficit in half with 1 runner aboard. Bramante, the native of Massachusetts, however, going up farther north from Massachusetts to attend the University of Maine to play collegiate ball. Pitch runs inside. It's a full count to Bramante, 3-2. If the score in today's ballgame holds, Wheat City would force a rubber match tomorrow, a 5:35 first pitch. Whiskey Jackson Trappers would play for this series win. If the Trappers make the comeback and end up winning this ballgame, as the 3-2 will go low and outside. That's ball 4. 2 runners will get aboard, 2 consecutive walks. It pushes Adams over to second base. But should the Trappers come back and win this ballgame, they would try for the series sweep over Wheat City tomorrow. So it'll bring up Bennett Osborne. Osborne today 1 for 2. He struck out swinging in the 2nd, singled in the 4th, led off the 4th inning with that single, later coming around to score off the RBI single by Patrick Connor. Nix checks over at the runner at second base. First pitch will catch the strike zone for strike number 1. Nix yesterday in relief did not allow a base hit. Has yet to allow a base hit so far today, however, has walked 2. Nix walked 1 yesterday. Pop fly in foul territory, chasing after it the first baseman Sorensen, but it will bounce off a section of grass beyond the Trappers' dugout for strike 2. So now an 0-2 count. Still only 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th. Bennett Osborne takes the at-bat. Osborne, the native of Redfield, South Dakota. Pitch outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And it seems like Nix has lost control once he reaches 2 strikes. There have been now 2 full count walks to both Colin Adams and Joey Bramante. Osborne last played against the Sioux Falls Sunfish. He had a 1 for 8 series against the Sunfish. 1-2 swung on and missed, and that will be strike number 3. Osborne slams the bat down in frustration before walking back to the dugout. 2 away. So it brings up Cordes, who's 0 for 2. Cordes struck out swinging in the second, lined out to the third baseman in the fourth. McKee making a good play on the line drive by Cordes. First pitch swung on and missed for strike number 1 to Cordes. So now an 0-1. Bramante at first, Adams at second. Oh, 1 will go outside. It evens the count at 1-1. Adams and Bramante, the 2 runners on the base paths, do not represent much speed, as neither of them have attempted to steal a base this season. 1-1, throw down back to second base, but it gets away. A bad throw by the catcher O'Brien, and both Bramante and Adams take off for second and third. Bramante slides into second in an offline throw to third. Colin Adams would have been safe anyway. First error for the Whiskey Jacks. They lead the Expedition League in errors, meaning they've committed the least amount of errors of every team. They now have 28 on the year. So it's now a 2-1 count. The pitch, a ground ball over to third. It will be picked up by the third baseman. McKee fires onto first base in time for the out. The error does not come back to bite the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks, as the Trappers once again leave runners in scoring position. We're at the end of the 5th inning. The Wheat City Whiskey Jacks 8 and the Pierre Trappers 4. We'll be back on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixler live streams for inning number 6. Wow, Shell's Quick Stop is the place to go for a variety of food, drinks, fishing tackle, and more. Hungry? Come on down for breakfast pizza, burritos, biscuits and gravy, soup, salad, and wraps. Thirsty? Try their hot and cold espresso drinks, lattes, frappuccinos, and milkshakes from the drive-up window. Heading down to the water? Stop by to pick up minnows, crawlers, and leeches to secure the big bites. All of it's down at Shell's at 621 West Sioux Avenue. Back here for the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixler live streams. A few more sponsors that we'd like to say thank you to before we get underway here in the 6th. They include Cattlemen's Club, Central Dakota Eye Care, American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine, Beck Motors, Cowboy Country Stores, and Floyd's Truck Center. Thanks for your continued support of Pierre Trappers Baseball. Due up for the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks will be the 4-5-6 in Drill, Sorensen, and Fogelstrom. Drill today, 0 for 1. He's been hit by a pitch twice. When he was not hit, he struck out swinging. So leading things off will be Drill. His first time taking on Ruckman. And I think for Drill especially, he's glad that Lopez is out of the game, as he was hit by a pitch twice by Lopez. Second pitch by Ruckman. That one catches the strike zone in the high part of the zone for a 1-1 count. Current line score 8 runs on 7 hits, 1 error for the Whiskey Jacks. They left 7 runners on base. Time will be called as Adams will talk to his pitcher. A 1-1 count to Nolan Drill. For the Trappers so far, 4 runs on 5 hits. They've committed 2 errors. They've left 8 runners on base. Drill will step back into the box with a 1-1 count, a quick meeting between Adams and Ruckman. The windup and pitch, a breaking ball high, 2-1. Update from the Western Conference Finals in the NBA. About 3 to play in the second quarter. 2-1 goes high, 3 balls and 1 strike. The Phoenix Suns leading the Los Angeles Clippers 44-29. If that lead holds, Phoenix would enter a potential game-clinching Game 5 from their home arena in Phoenix. 3-1 misses well outside for ball number 4. So a leadoff walk for Nolan Drill. It will bring up Jackson Sorensen. Sorensen, a dangerous hitter for the Whiskey Jacks. He's 2 for 3. Struck out in the first, singled in the second. Hit a 3-run home run in the fourth. That was his last AB. Ruckman winds up and deals on a pitch inside. That will be a hit by pitch. Sorensen gets hit by the pitch. We'll toss the bat away. It pushes Drill over to second base. So Houston Fogelstrom will step up. He's 0 for 3 today. Gannon Ruckman, the current pitcher, he comes in relief of Adrian Lopez. Starting pitcher Adrian Lopez lasted 4 innings, allowing 7 base hits, 8 runs, 7 of them earned, walked 5, striking out 4. Pitch by Ruckman, ground ball up the middle. Connor trying to flip it over to second base, not in time. It'll be a base hit for Fogelstrom. So Fogelstrom gets his first base hit of the day. Sorensen will advance to second base. Drill gets to third. Bases are loaded with nobody out for Gannon Ruckman. Dylan McKee steps up. He's 1 for 3 today. Singled in the second, grounded out in the third. Struck out swinging in his last at-bat in the fourth. So now the windup and pitch. First pitch catches the strike zone at the top of the zone for strike number 1. Whiskey Jacks have the bases loaded for the 3rd time tonight. They had them loaded in the first and second, now here in the 6th. Whiskey Jacks looking to add some more insurance as they only lead by 4 right now. 0-1 fastball for strike number 2. Right now it is still, if you want to call it this, a 1-possession game as a grand slam would tie it for the Trappers. Whiskey Jacks trying to add some insurance. 0-2 will go outside for a ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, top of the 6th inning. Looks like over the left field wall as a pitch runs inside 2-2. Looks like there could be some heat lightning over the left field wall. Count goes even to Dylan McKee, 2-2. Nowhere to put a base runner for Gannon Ruckman. Bases full of Whiskey Jacks. 2-2 outside and now a full count. This is a huge pitch for Gannon Ruckman as it will likely set the tone for the rest of the inning. Ruckman with a payoff pitch. The windup and deal, a swing and a ground ball over to second. Flipped onto short, onto first. Diving and unable to come up with it. The throw down home, that one is in time. It is a roundabout double play for the Trappers, but a run will come in to score. It will go down as a fielder's choice for Dylan McKee, getting Fogelstrom out. Sorensen advances to third. He's out, coming home. Drill will come in to score, so it is now a 9-4 lead for the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. It'll bring up Keenan O'Brien with runners only at first now, as the pitch will miss for a ball. Two away now in the inning. Second pitch of the at-bat will go for strike number one, evening the count at 1-1. So only two runners were safe on the previous play, but most importantly for the Whiskey Jacks, it was the runner crossing home plate. 1-1 will go high, a 2-1 count now to Keenan O'Brien. O'Brien today 0 for 2, walked in the second, grounded out to third in the third, struck out swinging in the fifth. A 2-1. Runner at first base is McKee. The pitch to O'Brien, swung on and missed for strike number two, will even the count at 2-2. Take a look around the Expedition League in just a moment. With the 2-2 on the way to Keenan O'Brien. The windup and pitch catches the strike zone. Strike number three looking. However, the Whiskey Jacks do get another run. Fourth strikeout for Gannon Ruckman and the 8th strikeout of the night for the Pierre Trappers. The Whiskey Jacks do get a run and now lead by 5 heading into the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll be back as the Trappers try to claw their way back into this ballgame. Whiskey Jacks 9 and the Trappers 4. The Governor's Inn is the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Check out the special Trappers rate for your visit to Pierre and Hyde Stadium this summer. Call 605-224-4200 directly to get the Trappers rate. With free wireless internet, a deluxe breakfast, and an indoor pool and hot tub, there's no reason not to stop at the Governor's Inn. Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry are your homes for everything clothing in the capital area. Since 2010, Total Beauty has offered great customer service and competitive prices. Next door at Speedway Laundry, they have you covered for a fast, convenient way to wash and dry your clothes and other household items, including king-size comforters. Visit them at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre. Back here for the bottom of the 6th inning, a few sponsors that we'd like to say thank you to before we get underway here in the bottom of the 6th, including Envirotech, Capital Sports, Big Tom's Diner, Allied Plumbing and Heating, A Cut and Style, and Corner Station, The Crossing. New pitcher for the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks in number 6, Cameron Daigle. Daigle does have 5 appearances this season for the Whiskey Jacks. No starts, does not have a record with an 8.75 ERA in 12 1/3 innings pitched, has allowed 22 base hits, 13 runs, 12 of them earned. Has walked 4, struck out 13. He'll have to take on the top of the Trappers batting order. Cardoso leads things off. Daigle, his last pitching appearance back on June 20th against the Sioux Falls Sunfish, pitched in 2 2/3 innings, allowed 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 of them earned, walked 3, struck out 3. Daigle, yesterday's starting center fielder. Pitch will miss low for ball 1. So Daigle starts things off with a ball. Yesterday he went 0 for 4 with a bat in his hand, striking out twice. Swing and a miss for strike number 1 will even the count at 1-1. Pitch will go outside for Cardoso. Will put the count in Cardoso's favor, 2 balls and 1 strike. Daigle coming in relief of the first 2 pitchers for Wheat City in Aberrett and Nix. Get you the final lines for both of those. 2-1 swung on and missed will even the count once more to Cardoso, 2-2. Gene Aberrett, the starting pitcher, lasted 4 innings. Got 5 base hits, 4 runs, all of them earned. Walked 5, struck out 5. Then the last pitcher in Brandon Nix pitched in 1 inning as a pitch will be fouled back onto Capitol Avenue. Count will remain 2-2. Did not allow a hit or run. Did walk 2, striking out 1. Take a look at around the Expedition League scoreboard. Here comes the 2-2 to Cardoso. Swung on and missed as Cardoso will strike out swinging. Cardoso strikes out for the first time tonight on the first batter that Daigle faces. So the new batter is Patrick Connor, who's 1 for 2. Connor walked and came around to score, and the first pitch will go low for ball 1. He struck out swinging in the second inning, singled in the 4th. It was an RBI single as it scored Bennett Osborne. So 1 ball, no strikes to Patrick Connor. The windup and pitch by Daigle inside, catching strike zone will even the count at 1-1. Bottom of the 8th from Dickinson, Badlands leading Mining City 5-0. Top of the 7th from Caras Park, the Sunfish lead the Sodbusters 7-1. Pitch will catch the strike zone once more on the inside part of the plate. Top of the 6th inning from Black Hills Energy Stadium in Spearfish, Western Nebraska leading the Sasquatch 4-3. 1-2 will be chopped up to the first base side. Picks up by the second baseman. Olsen fires onto first in time for the out. So now it will bring up Eric Mass. Mass today 1 for 1. Mass doubled coming around to score back in the first. Walked in the 3rd, being stranded at 3rd base, and hit a sacrifice fly, getting an RBI in his last plate appearance in the 4th. Swing and a foul tip for strike number 1. Top of the 4th inning from Canyon County, 6-2, Spuds leading the Casper Horseheads. Finally from Fremont, the Moo leading the Sabre Dogs 8-3 in the bottom of the 6th. Ball will miss low for ball number 1. With the resumption in Fremont earlier this evening, the Sabre Dogs getting the win at Moeller Field, the first time a visitor has gotten a victory against Fremont. 1-1 line drive hit to left field. That drops for a base hit. It will be a 2-out single for Eric Mast. He's 2 for 2 on the day. So Tyler Skelton will be the new batter for the Pierre Trappers. Skelton today due for a base hit. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout swinging and 2 flyouts to left. Runner at first is Mast. High pop fly over to the right side in foul territory. That one will drop, staying in play, but unable to get to it is the first baseman Sorensen. We'll go for strike one. Staus on deck for the Trappers. A reminder, it's a 5:35 start time for Game 3 of this series tomorrow. Pitch in the dirt, throw down to first base, but back in safely is Mast. Wheat City 9, Pierre 4. Jacks scoring a run in the top half of this inning. Off the back of a fielder's choice by Dylan McKee. Pitch on the outside part of the plate for ball 2. Two balls and one strike. Ty Staus stands on deck for the Trappers should Skelton extend the inning. Still looking for his first base hit of the ball game. A 2-2 will be chopped foul back to the screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mast stands at first. Trappers trying to start a 2-out rally. 2-2. Skelton swats a flyer not away and puts his hand back on his bat. A swing and a hit to center field. That drops for a base hit. Rounding second before putting on the brakes is Eric Mast. So another 2-out single for the Trappers. It's Skelton's first of the day as Mast will advance to second base. It'll bring up Ty Staus. Staus today 1 for 2. Had a 2 RBI single in the first, walked in the third, popped out to short to lead off the 5th inning. Runners at first and second for Pierre. First pitch outside for ball 1. Still flashes of heat lightning over the left field wall. Nothing touching down on the ground. Pickoff attempt back to second base. And out on the play is Eric Mast. So a pickoff attempt now successful for the Whiskey Jacks, as that will end the inning. Mast picked off at second base. Ends the frame. We're through 2/3 of this ballgame. Whiskey Jacks 9 and the Trappers 4. Heading to the 7th inning. We'll be back on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixler live streams.
You don't need an illness to need a doctor. You don't need to feel sick to feel better. You don't need to be unwell to get well. What you do need is a primary care provider at Sanford Health. Better healthcare starts with regular wellness visits and a familiar face who knows you, your concerns, and your goals. We're here before you need us. We're here when you need us. We're here after you need us. We're here for you. Find your primary care provider at sanfordhealth.org today.
Back for the 7th inning, a pitching change for the Pierre Trappers. Number 7, Parker, 26, excuse me. Parker Lewis coming into the ballgame for the Pierre Trappers. Lewis, the native of Longmont, Colorado. Last appeared 2 days ago against the Sioux Falls Sunfish in relief. Ended up getting the loss. Had 3 innings pitched, allowed 5 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned. Walked 4, striking out 2. So Lewis becomes the new pitcher in 6 appearances, no starts, has an 0-2 record with a 12.37 ERA. In 8 innings pitched, has allowed 11 hits, 11 runs, all of them earned, has walked 8 and struck out 6. So he'll have to take on the 9-1-2 Olsen, the first batter. A ground ball over to third. Cordes will pick it up, fire onto first base in time for the out. So 1 pitch, 1 out to lead things off here in the 7th. A 5-3 ground out begins the day for Parker Lewis. It'll bring up the top of the order Ethan Sitzman, who is yet to have an official at-bat. He has walked 4 times. Now, the last time Parker Lewis stepped on the mound here at Hyde Stadium, as the pitch goes low for ball 1. I told the story about how he's planning on opening a smoothie shop, and that the reason that he's here in Pierre is because he wasn't able to get the lease in time until August. So he said, you know what, I have enough time. I can go out and play summer ball. He came up to me today. Now keep in mind, I did not know that he was coming in to pitch today, and I'm not sure if he did either. But he told me, Tyler, you got everything right on the story except for one thing. And I said that he was going to be opening the smoothie shop back in his hometown of Longmont, Colorado. And he's actually going to be opening it in Missouri on the campus of Central Methodist. Pitch will catch the strike zone for a strike on a breaking ball from Lewis. Will even the count at 1-1. So Parker, I'm sorry. I hope I can make up for it. Pitch will miss low. 2 balls, 1 strike. So Lewis comes in relief for Gannon Ruckman. Ruckman ends up pitching 2 innings. Quick pitch heading back towards us in the press box for a strike. Will head out of play, landing in the seats. Ruckman will end his night pitching 2 innings, allowing 1 hit, 1 run. It was earned. Walking 2, striking out 4. Another foul ball will hook. Foul and out of play. We'll keep the count where it is at 2-2. Fly ball heading into center field. Mast chasing after it. So is Stouse. Diving play by Mast as he comes up with it. A great play by Eric Mast. Mast has been making play after play in center field for the Trappers, as Sitzman will have his first at-bat of the ballgame. It's a fly out to center. It will bring up Trey Guajardo. Guajardo today 2 for 2. First pitch will miss low for ball 1. Guajardo doubled in the first, singled in the second, hit a sacrifice fly in the fourth, and was hit by a pitch in the 5th. Pitch will catch the strike zone despite Adams dropping the pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. The sky out in left field called strike for strike number 2. But the sky out in left field almost looks like a mix between red and orange. It's certainly a unique color that I don't think we've seen so far this season, as a ground ball will be tapped up to Lewis. Lewis will take it himself. A 1 unassisted to end the inning. A 1-2-3 frame for Parker Lewis to end things in the 7th. Well, it's time to stand up and stretch your legs, whether from home or here at Hyde Stadium. It's the 7th inning stretch. Whiskey Jacks leading 9-4. We'll be back for the bottom of the 7th. Stouse, Adams, and Bramante due up for Pierre. Trappers fans, summer is here. Get your boat back in shape with a visit to Dano's Marine. Dano's Marine will get you back out on the water this summer with excellent service and years of experience. Give them a call at 605-224-6612 or visit them at 320 St. Charles Street in Pierre. Any water, any problem, Dano's Marine. Join the Shell's loyalty program and never pay full price for gas again. Shell's loyalty members also get monthly specials for increased savings. Shell's doesn't just fill up your tank, but it also fills up your stomach with a variety of food and drinks. Become a Loyalty Club member today by visiting Shell's at 621 Sioux Avenue or give them a call at 605-224-6266. Back for the bottom of the 7th inning, Parker Lewis pitching a 1-2-3 top of the inning. And it gives the Trappers a chance to potentially come back. A few lightning strikes down the left field line, however, no thunder being heard. And I think that's actually what coaches are going to be. Nope, I think the home plate umpire, Chad Williams, wanted to talk to Coach Jamie, who coached his third. He was just heading over to his position. But from what I've heard, that lightning extremely far away. As well, we have not heard thunder in the area. So Ty Stouse leads things off. We'll take the first pitch outside for ball 1 from Cameron Daigle, who returns for his 2nd inning of work. Now, should lightning strike, it would either be a weather delay, as a pitch will go low, 2 balls and no strikes. And that would be 30 minutes as the clock resets with every new lightning strike. Or the umpires alternatively could just call the game. This would be an official game, and the Whiskey Jacks would win this game 9-4 at the current time if they decided to call the game instead of delay. But as of right now, we play on. Lightning in the far distance. 2-1 on a pitch outside. Count will go to 3 balls and 1 strike. Hitters count now to Stouse. 3-1 outside, and that will be ball 4 as Stouse will take the free pass on 5 pitches. I will say that the lightning out in left field is getting a bit more frequent. From this camera angle, if you're watching on YouTube, you can maybe see a couple of flashes in the clouds as it brings up Colin Adams. Adams today 0 for 1, a pair of walks and a ground out to the shortstop. So Adams will take the at-bat with nobody out, and Ty Stouse standing at first base. Pickoff attempt back to first, but back in safely is Stouse. Swing and a foul ball will be dribbled up the backstop and hit the brick wall. Nick Strong sprinting between the Trappers dugout and the backstop to receive the baseball. And we're ready to go again with a 0-1 count to Adams. Daigle deals, and that one catches the strike zone. Adams now behind in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Odd lighting here from Pierre. I don't know if we've seen this all year. 0-2, pitch goes high. Adams starts to work his way back in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, bottom 7, nobody out. One, 2. That one catches strike zone. It will be strike 3 looking for Colin Adams, first out of the inning. Second strikeout for Daigle today. It brings up Joey Bramonti. Bramonti today 0 for 2, struck out swinging and flew out to left. He walked in the 5th, getting to second base before being stranded. 1 away, runner at first for the Trappers. Runner goes. The pitch, the throw down. Stouse caught by a mile. Stouse first stolen base attempt of the year, and it fails. So now Bramonti was batting with 1 away and 1 on. Now nobody on and 2 outs. Great throw by the catcher O'Brien as well. Pitch will miss low just below the knees of Bramante. Bramante, one of the taller players for the Trappers. The one downside of being taller is a larger strike zone. Dribbler up to the shortstop. Sitzman fires on to first in time, and a 1-2-3 inning off the 6-3 ground out, grounded into by Joey Bramante. That ends the 7th inning. We'll be back for the 8th inning as the Whiskey Jacks have the 3-4-5 due up. 8th inning coming up when we return. The Pierre Trappers are proud to partner with the Governor's Inn, the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Call 605-224-4200 for a special Trappers rate when you visit Pierre and Hyde Stadium. Whether you're coming for the best hunting, fishing, and outdoor recreation in the Midwest, just passing through, or coming out to the ballpark, the Governor's Inn is the place for you. When it comes to clothing in the capital area, Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry have you covered. Speedway Laundry offers the fastest way to clean clothes, with free Wi-Fi offered while you wait. Next door, family-owned and operated Total Beauty has a constantly changing inventory of top-quality clothing. Check out the newest lines in clothing by giving Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry a visit at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre. Back for the top of the 8th inning. Parker Lewis will return to the mound for his 2nd inning of work after a 1-2-3 7th. Now Lewis in his last appearance did have a 1-2-3 7th inning. He entered in this exact same situation. 8th inning he allowed a base hit but struck out the side. First pitch will go low. We'll see if it's the same fate 2 nights later. So a 1-0 swung on and missed by number 32 in Jake Jelly. Jelly today is 2 for 4. Popped out to the first baseman in the first, doubled in the second, singled and came around to score in the 4th, and struck out swinging in the 5th. Got 2 innings off. He bats again here in the top of the 8th. 1-1, breaking pitch will go high, 2-1. Nine to 4, Whiskey Jacks leading. The 2-1 will bounce directly off of home plate and trickle to the backstop. Give one more update from around the Expedition League. Final score from Dickinson as a ground ball over to third. An error by Braden Cordes. Wow, the Gold Glove third baseman struggling with a routine ground ball to third. It will go as the 3rd error of the ballgame against the Trappers. So that puts Jelly on first, reaching on the air as it will bring up Nolan Drill. He's 0 for 1. Drill got hit by the pitch twice against Adrian Lopez. Struck out swinging and walked. One ball, no strikes. Lewis kicks and fires, and a foul ball heading directly over our heads for strike number 2. You can hear the thud on top of the press box. Trappers coming up to bat in the bottom half of this inning. We'll have Osborne, Cordes, and Cardoso, the 8-9-1. Trappers running out of outs to work with. 1-1 as the pitch goes high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Standing at first base is Jake Jelly after reaching on the E5. 2-1 pitch will go outside. We'll run the count to a hitter's count to Nolan Drill. 3 balls, 1 strike. Drill has already walked today. Looking for his second. Lewis, the right-hander against the righty batter. 3-1, check swing, runner goes. The throw down will be too high. Not seeming to realize it was Jelly as he stood like a statue at second base. Count will run to 3-2 as Jelly steals. Full count to Nolan Drill. Payoff pitch from Lewis. A breaking ball fouled off. And someone made a catch. You can hear the applause. Count remains full. We'll do it once more with the payoff pitch coming from Parker Lewis to Nolan Drill. Here it comes on a pitch low in the dirt. It's ball 4. First walk surrendered by Lewis. It brings up Jackson Sorensen. Sorensen today 2 for 3, excuse me. Struck out swinging in the first, singled in the second, hit a 3-run home run in the fourth, and was hit by a pitch in the sixth. This is his first time taking on Parker Lewis. Runners at first and second for the Whiskey Jacks, nobody out. Lewis toes the rubber on the mound. Winds up and deals on a pitch high and outside for ball 1. About 2 hours and 40 minutes into this ball game, action going in the Trappers bullpen. Now a pickoff at second base. Caught between second and third will be Jelly. Chasing down to second, making the tag. Now the throw down to second. It could be a double play. Not in time. It will be a stolen base for Nolan Drill. Staying at third base is Jake Jelly, saying he avoided the tag. Now the head coach will come out to talk about it. And now the 2 umpires will meet. Either way, Drill safe at second base with a stolen base. It's up to Jelly at third. They're going to talk about it and call him out on the play. So that's the first out of the inning. So Jelly will be caught stealing. (1-0), sky getting incredibly dark. 2 balls, no strikes. So now a 2-0 to Jackson Sorensen. Another pitch will miss outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Runner at second base for the Whiskey Jacks. (3-0) on the way. That goes high. That's ball 4. Second walk in a row surrendered by Lewis. And it will bring up Houston Fogelstrom, who's 1 for 4. Time will be called as Monterio May creeps out, calling for time, and now we'll have a meeting at the mound with his pitcher in Parker Lewis. Trappers trying to hold the Wheat City lead at 5 runs to give them their best chance of coming back in this ballgame. while May talks to Lewis. Final score from Dickinson, a 7-0 shutout for the Badlands Big Sticks. They advanced to 15-11 on the year. They've won 8 in a row. The Tommyknockers, meanwhile, have lost 6. They fall to 14-14. Spearfish leads Western Nebraska 6-4 in the top of the 7th. If that score holds, it would break an 11-game winning streak for the Western Nebraska Pioneers. Top of the 8th, Fremont leading Souris Valley 11-5, and in the top of the 5th, Canyon County leading Casper 9-2. New batter in Houston Fogelstrom, who's 1 for 4. Pitch will miss low, ball 1. Fogelstrom struck out swinging in the first, flew out to left in the second, grounded out to third in the fourth, and singled in the 6th. Runners at second and third. 1-0 will miss high, 2 balls, no strikes. Other than Sioux Falls Hastings, pitch will be fouled back into the backstop, 2 balls, 1 strike. This is the closest game to going final in the top of the 8th. Wheat City and Pierre taking each other on for the second time this season after yesterday's battle ended in a 10-6 decision in favor of the Trappers. 2-1, fly ball to center field, Mass chasing after it to his right. Will reach up at the warning track and make the catch. Tagging and heading to third will be Nolan Drill. So 2 outs in the inning. Fogelstrom flies out to center. Taking off for third on the play is Nolan Drill. So runners at the corners and 2 outs as it brings up Dylan McKee. McKee today 1 for 4, singled, grounded out, struck out, and reached on a fielder's choice. Runners at the corners, and the first pitch will go high above the strike zone, just above the letters where it says Whiskey Jacks on those gray uniforms. 1 ball, no strikes. Keenan O'Brien, the catcher, stands on deck. 1-0 breaking ball will go on the inside part of the plate. 2 balls, no strikes. The batter, McKee, out of Phoenix, Arizona, playing for the Phoenix College Bears. 2-0, that one misses low. 3 balls, no strikes. Action still going in the Pierre bullpen. A 3-0 count. Runners at the corners. Called strike on the 3-1 count. 3-0 count, which will make it a 3-1 count. Three minutes to go in the Western Conference Finals. Phoenix leading by 4. That pitch will go on the inside part of the plate. That's ball 4, and that will walk the bases loaded. Lewis asking the umpire where that missed. So it will be the third walk of the inning. It pushes Sorensen over to second base, excuse me. Bases now loaded for Keenan O'Brien. First pitch to O'Brien, a pop fly to center field. Mast is underneath it. Will reach up to make the catch, so another scoreless inning. Despite the Whiskey Jacks loading the bases, Lewis gets out of it unscathed. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. Trappers trying to claw their way back. They're down by 5 when we come back for the bottom of the 8th inning here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixlr channels.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories with family, friends, and your community is just a way of life. Yes, in times like these, it's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Back in the bottom of the 8th inning, Trappers running out of outs to work with. The Wheelhouse Plumbing Toilet Paper Toss, one of the more popular events and giveaways here at Hyde Stadium. Personally, I don't understand the hype, but it is free toilet paper, and with what happened in March and April, I wouldn't blame them. So leading things off for the Trappers, Cameron Daigle for the Whiskey Jacks returns to the mound. It will be the 8-9-1 in Osborne, Cordes, and Cardoso. So stepping up will be Bennett Osborne. Osborne today 1 for 3. He's struck out twice, singled, coming around to score. First pitch will miss low, and a good start for the Trappers, ball 1. Osborne, the lone native of South Dakota on this Trappers roster. Pitch will miss low, 2 balls, no strikes. Calls Redfield his hometown, so sides with the East River in that East River-West River rivalry. 2-0, high fly ball, heading to left field. That one is deep towards the wall. That one is gone, Bennett Osborne. No, it hits off the wall. Thought it was gone for a moment. He's racing for third, sliding in, and a triple for Osborne. It disappeared for me. It looked like it was beyond the wall, but hitting off the Black Hills Federal Credit Union sign, a leadoff triple for Bennett Osborne. Surprised me when the ball started coming back into the infield. I thought that one wasn't coming back. It's Osborne's first triple of the year as it brings up Braden Cordes. Pitch will miss low, ball 1. It's Osborne's first triple of the year, and had it gone a few more feet, it would have been his first home run. Pitch will miss, 2 balls, no strikes. So Daigle, in his 3rd inning of work, seeming to somewhat tire. That one catches strike zone. Strike number 1 for Braden Cordes, who's 0 for 3 today. Pitch catches the strike zone. Or strike number 2 will run the count even, 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Osborne stands at 3rd. Swing and a miss as Cordes will go down on strikes for the 2nd time tonight. 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Caden Cardoso will become the new batter. Cardoso hit a home run in yesterday's ball game. It was a 2-run shot. We'll see if history repeats itself. If it does, it would still be a 3-run deficit for the Trappers. Pitch on the outside part of the plate, catches strike zone for strike number 1. 9-4, Whiskey Jacks still lead. A run hasn't scored in this ball game since the top of the 6th. Pitch will miss, 1-1. Here comes the 1-1. Cardoso swinging for the fences will miss for strike number 2. Current line score, 9 runs on 8 hits, 1 error for the Whiskey Jacks. To this point in the ball game, as the 1-2 will be grounded over to the second baseman, Olson will flip it on over to first in time for the out, but Osborne does come in to score, so an RBI ground out for Caden Cardoso. So a 4-3 ground out for Caden Cardoso will drive in Bennett Osborne. It'll now bring up Patrick Connor. First pitch to Connor will miss outside for ball 1. Connor, the native of O'Fallon, Missouri. The 1-0 pitch will catch the strike zone on the high and inside part of the plate for strike number 1. Bottom of the 8th, 2 outs. Trappers have now made it a 1-possession game once more, a 4-run deficit. Swing and a miss for strike number 2. First run scored for the Trappers since the bottom of the 4th. 1-2, swing and a miss, and that will end the 8th. The Trappers do get 1, but it was off the big leadoff triple by Bennett Osborne and then an RBI ground out. Strikeout number 2 of the inning for Cameron Daigle as Connor goes down on strikes. For the Whiskey Jacks, they will have the 9-1-2 in Olson, Sitzman, and Guajardo due up in the 9th when we come back here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixler live streams. Wow, Shell's Quick Stop is the place to go for a variety of food, drinks, fishing tackle, and more. Hungry? Come on down for breakfast pizza, burritos, biscuits and gravy, soup, salad, and wraps. Thirsty? Try their hot and cold espresso drinks, lattes, frappuccinos, and milkshakes from the drive-up window. Heading down to the water? Stop by to pick up minnows, crawlers, and leeches to secure the big bites. All of it's down at Shell's at 621 West Sioux Avenue. Back here for the top of the 9th inning, a new pitcher coming in for the Pierre Trappers. It is number 21 in Jacob Newman. Newman in 1 appearance this season on the mound. Pitched a scoreless inning, did struggle a bit with control. Walked 3, did not allow a base hit, struck out 1, but did get out of the inning unscathed. So Newman comes in for relief of Parker Lewis. Newman certainly had an interesting journey to that pitcher's mound. He will make his first appearance here from Hyde Stadium. First pitch will be ripped into center field. Mass chasing back at the track will reach up and come up with it. A lot of power put into that one by Olson. So top of the order will bring up Ethan Sitzman. 1 away in the inning. First pitch by Newman will go high for ball 1. 1-0 pitch will be ripped into center field once more. Underneath it is Mast yet again, and Eric Mast has become Jacob Newman's best friend. Both balls to center field, hauled in by Mast. So 2 away here in the top of the 9th. Newman comes in for relief of Parker Lewis. Take a look at Lewis's final line. He pitched in 2 innings. As a pitch will miss. So 1 ball, no strikes. As a pitch will run high and tight, 2 balls, no strikes. Trey Guajardo, the current batter. 3-0 as another pitch will go high. In Newman's first appearance, did struggle with missing pitches high over the strike zone. It seems like it's the same case tonight. That one catches strike zone. 3 balls, 1 strike. More on Parker Lewis's final line. Pitched in 2 innings, did not allow a base hit. Walk 3, did not record a punch out. 3-1 as that will be ball 4. So a runner will reach for the Whiskey Jacks, and Trey Guajardo reaching via the walk for the first time tonight. It will bring up Jake Jelly. Jelly today has a large line. He's 2 for 5. Popped out to first, doubled, singled, struck out swinging, and reached on an error. Pitch catches the outside part of the strike zone for strike number 1. Newman started off his journey to Pierre, coming here from Brandeis University. Stopped in Los Angeles, caught a Dodger game close to his hometown. High pop fly, heading to center field. Mast comes in on it. Will reach up and record all 3 outs this inning. 3 putouts for Mast, stops the top of the 9th. So 3 outs here. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th. The Trappers down by 4. But the Trappers know something about scoring 4 against the Whiskey Jacks. They did it in the 2nd inning yesterday. Let's see if history can repeat itself. And the Trappers make the comeback. We'll be back for the bottom of the 9th here on the Pierre Trappers Mixler and YouTube streams. Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry are your homes for everything clothing in the capital area. Since 2010, Total Beauty has offered great customer service and competitive prices. Next door at Speedway Laundry, they have you covered for a fast, convenient way to wash and dry your clothes and other household items, including king-size comforters. Visit them at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre.
You don't need an illness to need a doctor. You don't need to feel sick to feel better. You don't need to be unwell to get well. What you do need is a primary care provider at Sanford Health. Better healthcare starts with regular wellness visits and a familiar face who knows you, your concerns, and your goals. We're here before you need us. We're here when you need us. We're here after you need us. We're here for you. Find your primary care provider at sanfordhealth.org today.
Back for the bottom of the 9th inning. The Trappers trying to come back in this ballgame, down by 4 runs. It will be a new pitcher for the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks, Keelan Scanlon. The native of Seattle, Washington, plays his college ball for the Portland Pilots. In 2 appearances for the Whiskey Jacks this season, Scanlon does not have a record, has only pitched 1 inning in 2 appearances, has a 36 ERA, has allowed 3 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, walked 4 and struck out 3. has not pitched since June 17th against the Badlands Big Sticks. In that appearance, pitched 1 inning, allowing a hit, no runs, walked 1, struck out 3. He'll have to take on the 3-4-5 in Mass, Skelton, and Stouse. And for the Trappers, they hope that it's the part of the batting order that will cause a comeback in this ballgame. Trappers have gone to 1 extra inning game this year and have walked off once. That was the same ball game on opening day against the Hastings Sodbusters. So the first pitch from Scanlon will be swung on and missed by Mass for strike number 1. Daigle, the pitcher, being relieved for the Whiskey Jacks, as Scanlon will be the 4th pitcher used. A windup and pitch will go outside, catching strike zone for strike number 2. So no balls, 2 strikes. To the batter, Mast. The windup and pitch swung on and missed. And the Whiskey Jacks, 2 outs away. So Mast strikes out swinging, and it will bring up Tyler Skelton. Skelton today 1 for 4. So Skelton, the new batter. Struck out swinging in the first, a couple flyouts to left in the 3rd and 4th, and singled in the 6th. He bats again here in the bottom of the 9th. First pitch from Scanlon. He steps on the mound, swaying back and forth a couple times. Will kick and fire, some heat on the fastball. A fly ball to deep right field into foul territory. That one will drop for a strike. So it just ends up being a long strike number 1. Whiskey Jacks 9, Trappers 5, bottom of the 9th. No balls, 1 strike to Tyler Skelton, the designated hitter for the Pierre Trappers. If the score holds, rubber match will be tomorrow at 5:35 from Hyde Stadium. 0-1, that one misses low. We'll even the count at 1-1. However, if the Trappers do manage to make the comeback, it would be a game going for the series sweep. Pitch will miss, 2 balls and 1 strike. So 2 balls and 1 strike now to Tyler Skelton, with Ty Stouse standing on deck. 4-run deficit, pitch will go high and inside, a hitter's count now to Skelton, 3 balls, 1 strike. So with 1 away, it's Skelton at bat, Stouse on deck, and Colin Adams in the hole. Scanlon takes a deep breath. Will kick and fire on a pitch well high and inside. That will be ball number 4. Good idea by Skelton to avoid getting hit, as it would have been ball 4 anyway. So might as well avoid being hit by the pitch. So the Trappers get a runner on. It brings up Ty Stouse. Stouse today 1 for 2. With the runner on, it will push the game-tying run into the in-the-hole position represented by Joey Bramonti. Stouse today has walked twice, singled, and popped out to the shortstop. Trappers would certainly take another walk by Stouse here. The windup and pitch will go high, ball number 1. There is action going in the Wheat City bullpen as in case of emergencies if all else fails for Scanlon. Scanlon now has walked 5, struck out 4 on the season. 1-0, deep breath from Scanlon. He will kick and fire a swing, and it will hit the screen, rolling back into the grass area behind home plate. Strike number 1 will even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner at first base and Tyler Skelton for the batter, Ty Stouse. He faces a 1-1 count after fouling a pitch into the screen. Scanlon a check over at first base. Will put the glove down towards his chest on a pitch on the low part of the strike zone, but will catch strike zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Whiskey Jacks 9, Trappers 5, bottom of the 9th. 1 away or 1 runner on, with Ty Stouse standing in the batter's box. Sun has gone down here from Pierre over the 3-hour mark of today's ball game. So 1-2, the pitch will go and get away. Taking off for second base is Tyler Skelton. Skelton thought about going for third, but puts on the brakes. Runner in scoring position off the wild pitch. Action going in the Wheat City bullpen. In case Scanlon can't finish the job, it will be number 4 and Will Hyde. He pitched in yesterday's contest. Scanlon coming in relief for Cameron Daigle. Daigle pitched 3 innings of work, allowing 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. Walked 1, struck out 4, and strike 3 called on Ty Stouse. That draws groans from the home supporters. And now Monterio May, the loudest I think I've ever heard him screaming, that ball is down at the home plate umpire, Chad Williams. May getting fired up. Colin Adams will be the new batter. Trappers down to their final out. Runner stands at second base in Tyler Skelton after the wild pitch. Pitch will go low for ball 1. And now the Trappers dugout, giving it back to the home plate umpire on a pitch in the dirt, doing their impression of a strike 3 call. One ball, no strikes. Time called by the home plate umpire. Adams will step out of the box. Jacks 9, Trappers 5. 1-0 count, 2 away. That pitch will go low. And once again, the Trappers dugout imitating strike 3. 2 balls, no strikes. So a 2-0 count to Colin Adams. Adams today is 0 for 2. He did strike out looking in his last at-bat. Non-save situation for Scanlon as he's just trying to slam the door. That one catches strike zone on the inside part of the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Whiskey Jacks, an out away and 2 strikes away. So 2-1, bottom 9th. 2 outs, Trappers. Tying run is still in the hole. It's represented by Bennett Osborne. Two-one on the way. That one is low and inside, ball 3. Runner at second base in scoring position for the Trappers. Colin Adams taking the at-bat. Hitters count. 3-1, line drive, hit to deep center field. That one is back towards the track. You can kiss that one goodbye. Colin Adams, his second of the year. The Trappers trail 9-7 here in the bottom of the ninth. A home run for Adams. They don't have a home run hoop to bring out anymore, as Caden Cardoso broke it last night. Adams will receive high fives from his teammates as he steps back into the dugout. The Trappers now down by 2 runs. It will bring up Joey Bramonti, who has a bit of power in his bat. 9-7 the new score off the 2-run shot by Colin Adams. Bramonti has power of his own as he takes a pitch inside. A solo shot here would make it a 1-run game, bringing up Bennett Osborne. A pump of energy into the crowd here at Hyde Stadium. 1-0 check swing, appeal down. They're going to check and say he went around. 1 ball, 1 strike. Scanlon still trying to get out of the ball game on his own accord. 1-1, pitch will go low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Trappers have scored 2 in this inning off the 2-run home run by Adams. Now at 2-1, Scanlon steps on the mound, puts the ball in his glove. 2 balls, 1 strike to Bramonti. The wind up and deal on a pitch well inside, 3 balls. Oh, well inside, but not inside enough for Chad Williams, 2-2. Trappers down to their final strike. Trappers down to their final strike. Scanlon trying to slam the door. On a pitch, that one catches the strike zone for strike number 3. That will be the ball game as the Trappers fall in this ball game 9-7. So the Trappers fall 9-7 despite the 2-run shot by Colin Adams in the bottom of the 9th inning. It was not enough. Striking out the side is Scanlon with 3 punch-outs as the Whiskey Jacks take game 2 of the series by a final score of 9-7. So the Jacks take game 2, a rubber match tomorrow. First pitch at 5:35 p.m. We'll be back here on the Pierre Trappers Mixler and YouTube live streams for the Pierre Trappers post-game show. We'll be right back. The Governor's Inn is the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Check out the special Trappers rate for your visit to Pierre and Hyde Stadium this summer. Call 605-224-4200 directly to get the Trappers rate. With free wireless internet, a deluxe breakfast, and an indoor pool and hot tub, there's no reason not to stop at the Governor's Inn. Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry are your homes for everything clothing in the capital area. Since 2010, Total Beauty has offered great customer service and competitive prices. Next door at Speedway Laundry, they have you covered for a fast, convenient way to wash and dry your clothes and other household items, including king-size comforters. Visit them at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre.
You don't need an illness to need a doctor. You don't need to feel sick to feel better. You don't need to be unwell to get well. What you do need is a primary care provider at Sanford Health. Better healthcare starts with regular wellness visits and a familiar face who knows you, your concerns, and your goals. We're here before you need us. We're here when you need us. We're here after you need us. We're here for you. Find your primary care provider at sanfordhealth.org today.
Trappers fans, summer is here. Get your boat back in shape with a visit to Dano's Marine. Dano's Marine will get you back out on the water this summer with excellent service and years of experience. Give them a call at 605-224-6612 or visit them at 320 St. Charles Street in Pierre. Any water, any problem, Dano's Marine. Back here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixler live streams, final score in today's ballgame, 9-7 in favor of the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. We'll take a look at the final line scores as well as the pitcher decisions. The Wheat City Whiskey Jacks victorious 9-7. Final line score for the Jacks: 9 runs on 8 hits, 1 error, 12 runners left on base. Relief pitcher Brandon Nix gets the win out of the bullpen. Pitched 1 inning. It was scoreless, and it was simply because Gene Aberrett did not pitch the 5 innings to qualify as a winning pitcher. So Nix wins the lottery of being the pitcher to pitch that 5th inning. It will go to the Trappers, who scored 7 runs on 9 hits with 3 errors. They left 9 runners on base. Adrian Lopez getting the loss. He falls to 1-2 on the year. By the way, Nix getting his first decision. He improves to 1-0. Despite it being a 2-run game, it was a 4-run deficit for the Pierre Trappers entering the bottom of the 9th. So closer in Keelan Scanlon will not get the save. First pitch was at 7:05 this evening. The final out was recorded at 10:20 for a game time of 3 hours and 15 minutes. We'll take a look at the final pitchers' lines as well as what the Trappers and Whiskey Jacks did as a pitching staff as a whole. First for the Pierre Trappers, starting pitcher Adrian Lopez went 4 innings, allowed 7 base hits, 8 runs, 7 of them earned, walked 5 and struck out 4. It then brought up Gannon Ruckman, who pitched 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 run. It was earned, walked 2, struck out 4. Then Parker Lewis pitched 2 innings, no hits, no runs, walked 3, did not record a strikeout. And Jacob Newman, who pitched in 1 inning, no hits, no runs, walked 1, did not strike out a batter. That left a total of 9 innings pitched for the Trappers, allowing 8 hits, 9 runs, 8 of them earned. They ended up walking a total of 11 batters, striking out 8. For the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks, their starting pitcher in Gene Aberrett, in 4 innings pitched, allowed 5 base hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, walked 5 and struck out 5. It then brought up Brandon Nix, who's tonight's winning pitcher for the Whiskey Jacks. He did not allow a hit or a run, walked 2, struck out 1. Then Cameron Daigle, who pitched 3 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned, walked 1, and struck out 4. Then Scanlon, who pitched 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, 2 runs, both of them earned, walked 1, striking out 3. They allowed a total of 9 base hits, 7 runs, all of them earned. They ended up walking a total of 9 batters, and the Trappers struck out 13 times. So a final score of 9-7. 9 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, 12 runners left on base for the Whiskey Jacks. With Nix getting the win, he improves to 1-0 on the year. The Pierre Trappers, 7 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors, 9 runners left on base. With Lopez getting the loss, he falls to 1-2. First pitch at 7:05, and the final out recorded at 10:20 means this game lasted 3 hours and 15 minutes. Rubber match tomorrow here from Hyde Stadium between the Whiskey Jacks and the Trappers. Special first pitch time. It is not the normal first pitch time of 7:05, but rather 5:35 in the afternoon. Trappers and Whiskey Jacks first pitch. You can listen in on both the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixler live streams to keep you up to date for tomorrow's game and the rubber match on Sunday between the Trappers and the Whiskey Jacks. From Hyde Stadium in Pierre, South Dakota, I'm Tyler Katz. Have a great rest of your night.